Yo, yo, yo. Trying to give me 1 second, make sure these headphones on. There we go. What's happening? What's happening? Welcome to Who You Got. I'm Show Ice James Morton. Tracy to be in a moment. Hope everybody all right. We'll get straight to it, man. I thought this was very telling. This thing I saw online.
It's a psychological anesthesia to lull you into a state of asleepness so that you do not feel the pain of them extracting all of the beauty from your future. Why it exists. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just going to ask you the question. Does it make sense to be cheering for people who don't know you to win a game that doesn't matter and you can't pay your light bill? You can't educate your children the way you desire to. You can't take a family vacation, but you're jumping up and down because a full-grown man ran over another full-grown man over a pigskin filled with air. It doesn't make sense. You're broke and you're watching a movie. I want you to feel the pain of that statement. You're broke and watching a movie. You're watching people who are rich pretend to be people who don't exist to distract you from intention in your life, from making your family's life better for generations. And you're watching fake people live fake lives to create real feelings in you that anesthetize you from the fact that your life isn't working. It doesn't make sense. I like movies. The difference between me and you is I can afford to watch them now. And when I couldn't, I didn't. You don't understand. I was so hyper-focused on intention. I didn't listen to music. I didn't watch television. I didn't go to games. I didn't watch games. I didn't care who won if I was losing. Hyper-focus on intention instead of hyper-focusing on distraction.
I want to run that back real quick before we even start anything. Now, man, this was so profound. I saw this last night. Um, it's about sports and the real reason why sports exists. I'm gonna run this back. Hold on.
You understand the purpose of professional sports? It's a psychological anesthesia to lull you into a state of asleepness so that you do not feel the pain of them extracting all of the beauty from your future. Why it exists. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just going to ask you the question. Does it make sense to be cheering for people who don't know you to win a game that doesn't matter and you can't pay your light bill? You understand the purpose of professional sports?
Now,
It's a psychological
what you said was so profound. Hold on, I'm trying to pause. He said the purpose of sports is it's a psycho anesthesia to lull you in a state of sleeplessness, sleepness, I guess is what he said. And like he said, what's the point of watching a game with a grown ass man that you don't know scoring a touchdown with a pigskin? And this is what helps you deal with the fact that you're not where you want to be financially, you're not where you want to be educationally. Your kids aren't getting the proper education, aren't eating the right foods, and I just think that's real profound, man. Like, um, you know, a lot of times, a lot of people go along with the prescribed, excuse me, not subscribe, pardon me. They go along with the prescribed narrative. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you told to buy into or believe in, that's what You're not supposed to question anything. Let's go and get some music on, sir. Like you're not supposed to question anything, and it's like, hold on, my bad. Yeah. So you're not supposed to question anything, and I just think that's absolute trash because how like how is it acceptable for somebody to tell you that there's something wrong with you if you don't partake in a lot of the stuff that's going on in the world, whether it's sports or gossip or what people call entertainment. It's like if you don't live your life under those parameters or under the guidelines that most of the quote unquote fans live under, then people act like it's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? A lot of times when I had these LeBron versus Jordan, oh, I thought it was instrumental. But a lot of times when I have these LeBron and Michael Jordan conversations, it's really just to challenge the popular or the group think mentality because I don't understand why it's not cool for one person to have a train of thought or believe in something that everybody else don't believe in, or whether they believe in it or not, it doesn't even matter. But like, it just seems like most times people can't respect the ideas of somebody else, or an idea that wasn't already given to them and told to them to be the proper narrative. You know what I mean? Like, so when I get into these conversations or these debates with this Jordan versus LeBron thing, or sometimes I pick with people about who they think the greatest running back or quarterback was of all time. It's not because I'm hell bent on these ideas or these topics. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't even give a fuck about sports in general or totality, like whatsoever.
You can't say that. You got a sports podcast.
I'm telling the truth, bro. I'm telling the truth. Like, this shit does not matter in the grand scheme of things, for real. Like, and I think at some point in time, I would hope that people could get to a point where they can enjoy it for what it is and not hold on to it for what it's not, because it's not a way of life. Well, for some people it is a way of life, but like, even people who played the game, like I've been around people who played the game at a high level, football and basketball. What's up, dog? Good. Trey City just entered the building.
Good morning.
Oh man, I unplugged my headphones.
Okay.
God damn, I don't even know where to plug it. But anyway, so like I was saying, like most times, man, people who play the game at a high level can eventually identify with it from a business perspective exclusively. And I just think that it's kind of wild that most adults can't differentiate the fallacy from the reality in sports.
Oh yeah, I got action over here. Good. What's up, folks? How y'all doing? How you doing? Good morning, show. I'm sorry for being late.
It's
y'all.
all good, bro.
I had a long night. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Funny Bone. Just showing support Desi Banks and everything out there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good show last night. Yeah, so I'm up, and I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of excited to talk sports, because on the other end of my co-host is saying that he really don't fuck with sports, but me on the other hand, I love this shit.
What's deeper than not fucking with sports?
Yeah, I know. You talking about like the politics into it, right?
Well, I'm talking about just the way that people lose their mind or lose sight of reality behind it. Like,
they will
people are crazy about
people
this.
People lose
shit.
their family for sports.
And
people
I don't
literally lose their family for another motherfucker. But that's how deep sports go into. That was when you get into the betting side of it. When you get into I really feel like you really speaking on the fan craze. Like, people just.
Well, I just played.
Crazy.
I played a clip of a guy saying. I mean, he appeared to be like, I guess some type of, I guess like a professor of some sort or something. But he basically was saying that, what's the point of watching sports to that extent when you can't pay your bills, but you excited about one guy, grown ass man, running over another grown ass man with a pigskin?
You sound like my mama.
But it's the truth though, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's the truth to a certain extent. The love of football is just bigger than just what you see on the outside.
It's trained behavior, bro. We were taught this shit for a reason.
We was taught this. Well, yeah. I mean, what you mean by that?
It's given to you as a distraction, and if you buy into it, then you don't realize it is a distraction. Okay, case in point, Trey.
Mm-hmm.
How does it make sense to have grown ass men in suits and ties talking about this game like it really fucking matter? It don't matter what game, what season, what player. None of this shit really holds the weight that television and society tells us it's supposed to hold, for real. Case in point, all right, who won the 2006 Super Bowl?
2006 Super Bowl will probably be on top of the dome. I'm gonna go ahead and say Green Bay.
No, it's Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh beat Seattle.
That's Ben Roethlisberger, though?
Yeah, that's the if I remember correctly, right? Didn't they win in 06? Didn't they win twice with
They won twice early. He won
06.
Year.
Well, no, it's like
06?
Yeah, it was 06. I don't think it was a rookie. I think it was his third year in the league.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I'm saying all that to say, case in point, we don't even know.
Yeah, we don't know, but that's because
But it matters.
how our brain is
But
designed.
it matters so much in February of '06 though. It's bullshit,
Moment
bro.
in time. It's everything is a moment in time, and then like that's such a we in 2024. So yeah, granted, a lot of stuff is gonna have to be typed in and researched.
It doesn't matter. That's my whole point. Like,
Yeah, it really does. No, I mean it doesn't matter unless
sports don't matter, man. Unless you're
and
gonna play.
I beg to differ. If your family, who actually made it all the way, and it's a tradition.
I got relatives played in the NBA and NFL, not NBA, but played in the NFL. You know, my brother played college. I'm telling you, man, that shit bullshit.
But if it's a tradition, so look at the people who families got traditions with making the lead like over generations, over different generations. That family would beg to different. They would
That's
say
less than 1% of people.
yeah, not but it's important to somebody. And then guess what? Somebody is a witness to what that can do to a family. So we always chasing that because it's always the bag. This is what this world is already based on. That's the main distraction. You talk about sports as being a distraction. The main distraction is money. That's always been the distraction because money is not life, but that gives us life. So once you put the money factor into it, yes, we need that refocus is actually a good focus because you're trying to better yourself and better your family from generation to generations. That football, that game has saved generations. Generations have put some people who was in a lower level of what we call society, and then one day became the upper echelon. That's somebody, and somebody who's witnessed that, they're going to try to strive to get that. It's going to be very important in the household.
Please name the names of the people who became part of the upper echelon through football. Please name the names. I'm not talking about people who are not above average financially. I'm talking about who are in the upper echelon. I'm talking about like who really moved the needle in life for real. Like, there's nobody on Capitol Hill that give a damn about no football player or a basketball player unless they come in to visit the White House that day.
And there's some people that don't even care about Capitol Hill.
Yeah, but Capitol Hill makes the shit that make people's lives go up and down.
What?
Football does not impact or change the trajectory of laws.
But it doesn't. You speaking on laws, but it
Because
does
laws are more important than
Is it?
touchdowns. Yes.
Is it laws more important than touchdowns?
Absolutely.
Because laws is all made by man. So if you really want to focus, there's some people out here who live their life not even focused on. They don't live by no man law. There's a lot of people out here that don't even recognize the law. They don't give a fuck about a stop sign. There's some people who really probably just stop because they don't want to die today. You know, nobody cares about the laws all like that, and that's the one. That's almost not even say the 1%, but it's a percentage. It's very low. I'm pretty sure it's a percentage is very low that even cares, because it's not changing their lives. Yes, in a dramatic form. Yeah, it may change their lives over time, like, you know, not being, like we talking about the abortion laws and stuff like that. There's some stuff they should be focused on because that's what they're doing in the now. But you got some people who don't even care. They like, hey, I'm going to have my baby regardless. Regardless. Who says? Who says? I'm not even thinking about, you know, somebody taking my rights to this and this and that because I'm going to have mine regardless. So it's always a percentage in everything. So when you say people want to be focused on this and this and that, I look at football has changed people's lives more than laws. Now then again, I rebuttal because then you look at all the things that the laws have basically damaged people's households by taking the fathers, taking the real coaches, the real heart of souls of these kids and this and that, taking them early. The laws did that. It was laws set in place to make sure that the fathers was taking out the household to not even guide the son even to play football or anything else. To do anything else, even manage any money. That's what the laws do. So if I can focus my child or focus my son or focus a father or focus a grandfather to say, hey, look at this sport right here that can have you financially well off. That's something to strive for, because
we talking less
for
than
me to tell him
1%
to
of the
vote
percent.
on, for me to tell him to vote on something that's not going to even change his life drastically in a moment. He's still going to be pro tomorrow, even if he vote for Biden or Trump. He's still going to be looking for. He still got to wake up and go work tomorrow. If his grandson can get him out the work field by doing some petty shit like carrying a pigskin, it's important to the household.
But look at how or listen to rather, and I just got to be real. Like, listen to how sorry that reality is when we talk about young men and women having to take care of their granddaddy through athletics.
Yeah.
You know how shitty of a reality that is.
That is, and guess what? It's the laws that's put in place that they don't even recognize. And yeah, you telling them, yeah, they need to recognize it so it can be changed. But it's people who are doing that work right now. And I'm trying to tell you, man, for a person that's on the outside looking in at a very young age and seeing, that could be very depressing to know that, yo, how long we been fighting this battle, and y'all expect me to be focused on that? Man, I'm trying to get to this bag, yo, because that right there's a slow process. That's gonna lose anybody, any young child, any young kid.
If you don't have financial literacy, coming into that money doesn't mean anything.
And guess what? That's what our people are mostly focused on. I feel like those are the real laws of the land. When we try to refocus people on what they should be doing with this money when they get it, what should be doing with the opportunity. That's why you got so many people retiring out the league football early. They're not risking their body. They're not doing 15, 20 years in the league. They're getting the fuck out as soon as they say, hey, y'all gonna pay me for the rest of my life? If I do this amount of years, I'm out of here. Shout out to all the ones who got out early, even though they broke our hearts. But at the end of the day, they was looking out for their family. That was the big decision that they done based on their family. And I'm only pretty sure they was able to do that by financially moving the monies, financially moving whatever they needed to do in the moment of time while they was playing the game, and start setting up different stuff to where they could say, hey brother, I can retire from 35 and make barbecue around the way and make a nice little chunk of change for my neighborhood. I'm good. And I see way more guys doing that. Shout out to Megatron. Shout out to Aaron Donald, who just retired. Shout out to one of my favorite running backs of all time, Barry Sanders. We don't even know what Barry Sanders has going on outside of real life. No one is outside, probably people who really know Barry.
I just saw a documentary on him 2 weeks ago.
What more boy got going on? What he got going on?
One of his sons just graduated from Stanford. One of them playing football. One of them in the military. One of them just graduated high school. He got 4 boys in total.
Yeah.
And one of them, I think, like might be in his early 30s.
Okay.
But they was just explaining why he retired early and why he left. And it kind of go back to, I mean, it touch on what you're saying to a degree too about, getting out the game early. But what I was speaking to is more about just the level of emphasis or priority that we, and I say we very loosely, I really don't subscribe to tribalism. But, we as black people, we automatically are willing to give our power to things that really don't matter like that for real. Like, and it's just demoralizing for real, bro. Like, I can't call it no other way. Like,
but you don't feel like there was some power given into it just now to see where the groundwork from even loving the sport even starts?
No.
It starts from getting people out of a financial situation that they're going to be trapped in, and then they can fix generations. Unfortunately,
I don't buy that narrative because I know people that have been in the league, and the only thing they got was an Escalade and a better house, and niggas still living check to check.
And that's not legacy. That's them not that, because you could literally.
What I'm saying is that money ain't as plentiful, and you're not as resourceful as the illusion is. Like, a lot of people in the NFL get cut before the 5-year pension kick in. So when their career's over at 3.5 years, they got to go back to get a job or work in the field that they graduated in. That's if their diploma was valid.
So, but you got some people who actually don't mind that because they got a diploma. The ones who do got the valid diploma, the ones who did stay the 4 years. A lot of these guys leave early. That's on them. But I hope they know, if I got to leave early and it doesn't really work out, these are the avenues that I'm going to be diving in to keep me afloat while I'm doing it, because it shows You tell them don't focus on this, but then and you want them to focus on laws and stuff
I'm
like
not
that.
telling nobody what to focus on. I'm just saying that the reality of how many people are invested in sports versus invested in things that really matter, that really could change the trajectory of the kids' lives. It's sad and it's sickening and it's disheartening when you see these grown ass men goddamn get up early on Sundays with a fucking football jersey on. A nigga can't throw no clothes in the washing machine talking about throwing a touchdown pass.
What?
But a goddamn getting up to go to kickback jacks with a bunch of other men and
Those same dudes throw on a jersey too to be able to afford to go to kickback jacks, and they go to something that's pointless. Some people throw on a goddamn motherfucking motherfucking a bus driver uniform, a goddamn put on their hard hats or this and that. That's all jerseys. That's all jerseys. Some of these people who do these jobs, like you got machineries. Their family are all into machines. They all know how to work machines. You just don't start fucking with machines yesterday. You really know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who fuck with these type of machines. So my son, he saw me messing with these machines. So then and you put on that jersey, but that's the company they work for. That's pointless to me. And some people, you talking about, you got these 7-Eleven or these chain grocery stores, these chain convenience stores, they really raise their kids up and they put that 24/7 on whatever the name of the darn convenience store is, Lucky's, whatever, and this and that. And they put that shirt on. That's a jersey.
I never see that unless the kids working in the convenience store, unless the parents own it. And if you talk about ownership, that's a whole different ball game than entry level employee. So like.
Bro, I'm talking about the money income that's coming in, and you think they making a hand over foot in these convenience stores. We don't know exactly.
I'm not talking about hand over fist money. What I'm saying is that's an industry that they're in, and they're passing it down to their children. There's not a nigga in the NFL who can automatically guarantee that their son is going to the league. But you cannot pass down an NFL job.
You can't pass down an NFL job, but you can pass down NFL knowledge that can get you a lump sum of money. They're gonna have you not working. Because you gonna put on some type of.
What can you do? What can you do if you're not working? And like you said, pass down knowledge to get you. Like, what about goddamn coming out of a 3 technique is going to be beneficial outside of a football field?
Huh?
Running a 5 and out is not going to help you anywhere outside of a football field.
But this is what I'm saying, Show.
A 7-step drop is not going to help you in corporate America.
But academics is not frowned upon on teaching. When I'm teaching that 3-point stance, I'm also in the house teaching him math and everything. Because I know he has to get an education to even get on the teams. These people,
people gotta have education to get on.
They don't. I mean, to a drastic point, bro. Show like to a drastic point. I'm trying to tell you right now.
If you got the skill set, they create the grades for you.
That's a low percentage.
No, sir.
That's a very low percentage.
No, sir.
People, show.
No, sir.
All these people,
sir.
Especially now.
I've been in that world. No, sir. I've been in that world. I'm telling you, bro, I've been in that world in the last 10 years. I've seen kids who have very little aptitude outside of football get passed because they goddamn fast or because they 6'4", 260 with less than 10% body fat. Like, I've seen this shit with my own eyes in the last 10 years at an exponentially ridiculous rate. Like, I'm trying to tell you some real shit. Like, I don't want to throw nobody on the bus, start naming names and shit. But I'm telling you, dog. Like, when people realize they get that bread for them boys playing that game, they don't give a fuck about them boys, man. It's about that bread, bro. And my whole point is, like, at some point, I just wish people weren't so trained and conditioned to think that athletics is the end, or entertainment, period. Entertainment is not the end-all, be-all for black people specifically. And I say black people because we feel, and I say we loosely, but the general consensus in these conversations lend more to the points that you're making as far as generational wealth and things like that, and that's not reality for most athletes.
And
it's not reality.
To tell you right now,
it's not.
It sets up a lot of stuff. These guys, even the ones that don't make it, bro, it creates a different type of beast. You don't understand how football forms.
So Lenny Cook couldn't have came up with barbecue sauce unless he got cut in college.
Probably so, bro. The focus of him actually probably down and out, ass the fuck out. Ass the fuck out, like, man, I'm not gonna be able to motherfucking run no more and play the game no more. Oh, bro, what the hell I'm gonna do?
But think
Hey
about
man, and then somebody probably say, "Hey man, shut up, man. Focus on that sauce."
Nah.
What sauce? The sauce, man. This people. You think people like this sauce? Yeah, but it's a sauce right there.
what I'm saying is, dog, there are more Leonard Cooks than LeBron Jameses. There are more goddamn Cuz from around the corner than Carmelo Anthony's.
But,
So
hey,
like,
bro, I feel
we
like
talking less
all
than
of us ain't ass.
we talking less than 1% of kids that actually make it. Imagine if less kids actually had that as a dream for real and went into something that they actually were better at than athletics.
Man, do you know how many people are able to buy a house to rent out for somebody else with that type of money?
And you know how many people lost their house 2 years after they stopped playing?
That's the fame. Y'all looking, and then they didn't even lose it. People used to think of bankruptcy as people as broke.
No, you really
half
just
the people that know, half the people that you probably even think of that came into the limelight for losing their house. Then I'm talking about bankruptcy is just a form of motherfucker retransferring some money or stopping you from getting some money because you already know Uncle Sam, the law people that you talk about, is gonna get theirs off the top of every fucking thing, and they're not really broke. They're not really broke. They still gonna get a financial check for somewhere. But we be looking at these people like ass out. Then you got people who are training their body because you can the American people. You can get real lazy if you don't use your time wisely.
The documentary Broke came out 20 years ago, and even then, back then, it was almost 90% of all athletes are broke within a 5 to 7 year span in any professional sport.
And what year was that made?
2004.
2004. I'm trying to tell you right now, man.
You really think that it's better?
Look how long it's getting better. Definitely, because like I said, the community is making sure that this shit ain't happening no more. The guys who
what community, Trey?
The black community and the sports community and the guys who went through that. The guys who've been through that. There's guys out there that are creating financial literacy for these kids, and when they get to the league, that's why NIL deals are getting created while these kids are still in high school. So it's different. We're able to make money in high school now off this, real good money. So not working at Pizza Hut like I did. Not working at whatever, Popeyes, whatever other, McDonald's. Like we would have to spend the rest of our time getting straight out of high school because no one's going straight into the gripping field.
You know, it's only 2 or 3 kids per team, at the most, who got NIL deals to begin with, and those kids were already getting paid under the table before. So now instead of getting paid more money under the table, they only get paid a fraction of what they would have got paid under the table because everything has to be legit now. So you don't get the same amount of money as you got before from the NIL deal. So that's an illusion. And on top of that,
and the money. So you're saying the money they're giving them, you know what I'm saying?
The money they were getting under the table was more money.
You think the money under the table is gone now?
I think it's not a lot of it because the large majority. Shit, man, the way they're catching boosters left and right.
Well, I ain't heard nothing about boosters in a minute.
Just a matter of where we get our information from.
Now, I ain't heard nothing about boosters in a minute, so you know, back in 2004, boosters and all that other stuff. Since
Nick
the
Saban
money has been
retired
able to float over the table.
Nick Saban retired because the boosters were not coinciding with his plan.
Nick Saban retired because them kids started asking for theirs.
Because the boosters weren't giving the same money they were giving before the NIL deals.
No.
I'll show you the press conference, bro.
No,
I'm not talking on my ass. I saw the nigga said, "Hey man, we got to compete with the Texas A&Ms. Even Dion is getting more money at Jackson State than y'all are coming up with." He said this shit in goddamn February of 23. And you think it's a coincidence he retired a year later?
That's because other people has more money now. So
no, that's because they're doing more shit that's not under the table. But what I'm telling you,
programs. Colorado got money now.
Colorado always had money, Trey. It's one of them.
They got big money now.
They always had big money. What do you say? They wouldn't have been able to get Prime without big money. The state of Colorado has always had money.
I'm talking about
Colorado is one of the wealthiest states in the country.
Of course they have money. They have a whole franchise. They have a whole school. They have a whole team. Of course they have money. So
the state of Colorado is a state college, and they have their own money. So it's not a privately funded college like.
But since Prime has been there, are they making more money now?
That's not.
Are they making more money now?
First of all,
let me sound like Gilly in here. Are they making more money now?
First of all, we were talking about when Prime was at Jackson State.
Huh?
That was number one.
No, even when Prime was at Jackson State, he had a couple
that
of
was
of them.
But that was the argument that Nick Saban was having with the boosters last year, Trey.
That what?
Last year that they were not contributing enough money for Alabama to continue to have a stranglehold on 4 and 5 chip recruits.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's not what you're saying, because what you're saying is that it's more money now because of the NIL, which is bullshit, because if it was more money through the
that's
NIL,
way separate.
It's not separate. They coincide.
NIL deals is way separate than the money that the actual school and the programs are getting.
Who do you think was paying the goddamn kids before the NIL deals? The boosters. So because goddamn the boosters are not paying as much money because they have to actually trace and track how much money is being spent, then that's why they call it, like, what are you talking about, bro?
But them tracking that but it has to be spread it out, because if you track it, the boosters was only focusing on the main people who can be the main attractions. And
the NIL deals focus on guy number 53 on the roster?
No, focus on actually an athlete. You got to find the athlete to
the athlete has to be able to produce some type of goddamn results, and they not giving no goddamn third string lineman no NIL deal.
What you mean? You get the NIL deal before you even get to the league.
I'm talking about in college. They're not giving the third string kid from goddamn wherever the fuck state a NIL deal. So you saying the money spread around.
If he third string, why he getting the NIL deal?
That's part of my point. They're only targeting the 2 or 3 kids who are actually going to play at the next level, so that way they can say that this kid sponsored their thing beforehand. But that kid is not getting the same amount of money he would have got 10 years ago, Trey.
So you want them to stop working, stop focusing on that, because you may not be the nigga that can motherfucking be. You're a 3 now. You will never be a 2 and a 1. That's what you're trying to tell these kids. Stop focus on that, because they only giving this shit out to the 1s and 2s.
I'm telling
you, riding the bench and you doing that shit, you ain't gonna never get that.
I'm telling.
What the fuck?
I'm telling the people that have enough common sense to pay attention to what I'm trying to say, that this shit is a trap. And it is stupid.
It's not a trap. It's not stupid. I'm over here. I'm the people that did.
Who do you know that has benefited from being an athlete on some real shit, Trace? On a personal level. I'm talking personally. Who do you know personally? Personally.
Ed Davis.
Ed Davis already had bread.
What you mean?
Terry was in the goddamn. How you think goddamn Ed was?
Terry, I'm talking about.
How do you think Ed was even able to get the Benedictine if he ain't had no goddamn cachet?
Terry, where did Terry come from?
So there was an NIL.
One NIL deal. What did Terry come from?
There was an NIL.
Who could benefit? Because if you I wanted you to do that. I wanted you to say Terry's name when I say Ed's name.
Trey.
If you say Ed's name, you got to say Terry's name, and then you say what Terry did.
Terry was a fucking beast. Terry was nice as a bitch.
So what you saying? But he still created an avenue for his son to get there and do the same thing.
What I'm saying is, goddamn. What I'm saying is this, Trey. For every one Ed Davis, there are goddamn 25 kids who I ain't gonna name names, but did not get anywhere near where Ed got, and they were more talented than Ed, and as a result of them chasing basketball exclusively or football exclusively, they never built any other fucking talent, and you can see these guys goddamn sitting on the corner right now, 40-something years old, fucked up, drunk and high as a bitch. And I'm talking very personal stories. By people I know very well.
We talking about in the now. You focus.
I'm talking in the now.
Listen,
now.
Who have you seen ass the fuck out now?
I ain't gonna name names, but I'll tell you off break, and I can name 10 off top. 10 that I grew up with, that I went to school with, that should have been in the goddamn NBA, NFL, wherever you want to name it. And these guys are goddamn scrambling like eggs in the pan right now because the teachers didn't give a fuck. They didn't help these kids goddamn develop any other skill set, and they got everybody rode these kids back thinking that they were going to be the next so-and-so and blah, blah, blah. And when that kid start getting high or start getting drunk or start going through family problems or never had any fundamental or instructional development, you see all the holes in that shit, and all them grown-ass men and women walked away and left the motherfuckers abandoned. That's what I'm saying. I've seen this shit time and time again, and I can go all the way back to my dad and them generation, Terry and them generation, because my dad hung with Terry. Matter of fact, Terry used to get my little brother shoes because my brother's feet were too big for the East Bay magazine.
We're not talking about
so
that right now.
But I'll give you an example. You said Terry, so I can tell you about Terry. Terry was nice to bitch. Terry got there, bust his ass to get there, and if it weren't for Dave,
and that's the groundwork I'm saying that you have to put into. You talk about all these motherfuckers who assed out right now. I'm pretty sure you can find a hole in them not fucking doing what they supposed to have done. I'm telling you right now. It's the point of, if you're gonna be chasing that, and you're gonna be focusing on that like anything else, like being an astronaut, like being a police officer, like being anything, you have to be focused. Once you lose any type of focus, you're gonna be assed out. So we're refocusing on something that can give you a big financial build-up, or focus yourself on being a masonry, or building bricks, or building buildings, or actually being a lawyer or being a judge. If you lose any type of focus inside there, no one's going to help you. You're still going to be assed out, regardless. But you'll see more of our community, because more of our community, I guess, attack certain avenues in this realm, and you telling them, hey, y'all, stop focusing on that. It's not that. It's the human. It's the motherfucker who's not focusing himself and grounding himself to do what Terry and them all did. And you can't blame the sport. You got to blame the human. Because these niggas get assed out because they not putting in the work. When they get the opportunity.
That's not always true.
It's the phase of saying, don't play with your opportunities. When people tell you, don't play with your opportunities, you think they just talking that?
You're talking hypothetical. I'm talking reality.
No, I'm not talking hypothetical.
When you talk hypothetical, I'm talking reality based on motherfuckers that I know personally and the shit that I've seen personally. I'm not talking about some random shit that I'm making up to sound cool, Trey. I'm telling you what the fuck I know. I know, and it's not always the person. It's not always the person. You making excuses on some hypothetical shit. I'm not making an excuse. I'm telling everybody what I'm saying is simple. No, what I'm saying is simple. No, this is the point. This is the point, and I'll cut straight to it. The point is, too many motherfuckers think they got a chance to be in that world when it's less than 1% that'll get there regardless. So instead of goddamn trying to tell 90% of kids to go be goddamn part of 0.1%, won't they go goddamn show these kids how to be multifaceted so that way they can figure out, well, what the fuck am I gonna do if I don't make it here, or if I'm not good enough, or if my agent don't have the right goddamn contacts, or if I just ain't goddamn got it, or whatever the case may be. But there are so many different factors and variables that go into what causes a kid to fail at the goddamn professional level when they get there, if they can get there. And there's so many roadblocks and stumbling blocks along the way. The kid can put 100% of his time, effort, and do everything right and still not make it, dog. And it happens every fucking year in every sport, no matter what. You got goddamn scholar students who goddamn are impeccable people who don't make it to the NBA, NFL, who have the skill set, but because they went to Dartmouth instead of going to goddamn Duquesne or goddamn going to Marquette, then they ain't in the goddamn league because nobody heard of them because they play at a D3 school. Like, it could be that simple in some instances.
Is he in school? While he's there, he's making sure he's in that D3 school. Is he focusing on his education? Because they still got programs while you in there.
Well, if you're an Ivy League student, you have to focus on it. But if you're going to goddamn Union, you don't have to focus on it. If your goddamn counselors don't tell you, hey, look, just in case, let's work on. Yes.
It starts at home first before the counselor.
I'm talking about adults. We talking about young adults. We're not talking about kids in middle school.
We talk about regardless.
We talking about young adults. We're not moving the goalposts. We talking about college students. We're not moving the goalposts. We're talking about college students.
Regardless, the training at home never stops. That's what.
You got kids who got them were orphans who got them made it on their own. Took it like Jesus Shuttlesworth. That's a hypothetical, but there are kids who live in that world. So what do you say to that child who got there, brought himself up by himself, and there was no home for him to come from, and he still got to that point?
Who, regardless of any child in this world, there's going to be somebody of a father figure or a mother.
Everybody don't have that. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true, bro.
You said there's a kid from 9 years old.
I'm saying that I was on my motherfucking own at 16 and raising my goddamn brother with no goddamn help. 16, so it's not true. 16
is an adult. Is a young adult. 16, you're ready to go. But who was there at 12?
Me. That's who was there at 12. Me. Who was there at 14, goddamn catching the bus by myself back and forth to rehearsal because ain't nobody have time? Me. So what I'm trying to tell you is there's not always a goddamn thing where the parents are there or goddamn people paying attention on that level, bro. Like, there's some motherfuckers that got the balls and got them 12 to say, hey, I'm going to do this regardless of whoever the fuck in my corner, and goddamn, they get to a certain point. But when they get to that point and goddamn people start failing them because they see them as a cash cow or see them as a check as opposed to seeing them as a child or seeing them as a kid who didn't have the right opportunities, what I'm saying is stop pushing all those kids to think that they can only be athletes or entertainers. There are other jobs that they're more than qualified for if somebody told them that these jobs will sustain them longer than the illusion of entertainment. Because in entertainment, you only as good as your last hit. And in football and basketball, you only as good as the last play. So why the fuck would you want to send 90% of the kids to think that they have to spend their whole life trying to be as good as the next play, and that's the only way that they're going to find any type of financial empowerment? It makes absolutely no fucking sense.
And I'm telling you that that's
none.
That's not. You're getting a small. You're not putting a light on none of the teachers in school at all. You basically saying all these teachers in school is telling these kids that they got to be athletes to make it.
I'm saying that when the kids who have some skill set and don't have the skill set to make it to the best level or the top level, there's nobody telling these kids in an overwhelming rate, hey, what else are you good at to a point where you can take these same intangibles that you've learned to get this good in this said sport? How can you adapt and apply that into a different field or a different part of life so that way you can sustain a level of excellence that can't be taken away from you? It does not happen as often as it should.
We are from the late 1900s. We are from the late 1900s. And I know I heard that. Because this in the school by teachers and stuff. There's a lot of teachers that frown upon being an athlete. There's a lot. We hear that all the time. Even the kids that play sports in my age group, late 90s, we hear that all the time. So I know it's being yelled now. This is what I'm saying. People get stuck on what it used to be, and I don't really feel like it's you really feel like these people not telling these people exactly what they need to hear. They're not telling these kids, even the ones that you know, because they grew up with us. I know for a fact they heard to better yourself.
Okay, so I'll give you a different example.
I know they heard.
I give you a different. I can hit this point 20,000 ways. I'll give you a different example. You don't notice that in the past 5 years that there are less and less young black inner city kids making it to the NBA? You don't notice? You haven't noticed that?
I definitely noticed that.
You think that's not intentional? You think that's not intentional?
They're intentionally taking them out. They picking the ones out of the inner city and moving them all the way to the counties. Moving them all the way over there, building up houses and everything for their mama and their daddy. They get an opportunity to leave the inner city.
Are they making it to the NBA at the same rate that the Iversons of yesteryear are not in the NBA at the same number or rate, Trey?
But look, even if they don't make it to the
it's not even if this is reality.
Hear me out. Even if they don't make it to the league, right? And if you was living in a poor Dipson Branch neighborhood for a period of time, and then somebody can come and take y'all out for at least a good 5 years and say, hey, y'all stay right here for a little while this boy right here is trying to do this right here, and y'all can live like this. Why they living like that? That's opportunity to know and say, oh, we're in a safe environment. We're in a better situation. Let me create opportunities while I'm in this situation for these next 5 years. I know this is not gonna be guaranteed all the time. They're probably gonna send us back. I'm trying to tell you right now, them motherfuckers get in that goddamn house, they tear that motherfucking house up, do all this shit, and boy, them motherfucker, he get bad in school and all this stuff like this and that. I seen situations like that. Bro, I'm trying to tell you right now, people got you want somebody like you saying they telling them, but they not telling them it's not more, it's not rapid, it's not telling them, man, people are telling exactly what
people worship sports is what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is at the end of the day, sports is an illusion. Like, and it's to have people thinking
that's an
that
opinion, bro. And at the end of the day.
Okay, Trey, if it's an opinion, then tell me who pays why do people pay so much money for sports? I'm talking about the owners. If it's an illusion, why do they spend real money on it?
To get their backing? What are you talking about? To get the backing? What are you talking about? They invest money into something to raise more money because they know it's going to grow.
So if the athletic part of it was real, which is not, if the competition part of sports was real, then explain to me why is Rafael Palmeiro or goddamn Congressional Hill at a goddamn congressional hearing in 1996 saying that it's all sports entertainment.
It is entertainment.
Because it's not real.
No.
The outcome is not real. If the outcome is real, there would be no point in market sharing. Why do they have to share? Why can't the Yankees be as rich as they want to be and Toronto be as broke as they want to be if they not all in cahoots? Why do they have owners meetings at the beginning of the year discussing what the financial goals are for the year?
Same reason McDonald's.
Because it's a business and it's bullshit.
Business.
Yes, that's my point.
But anything,
It's no different than porn.
Everything is a business. That's why I'm trying to get you.
But people believe in this shit like it's reality instead of accepting that it's a business, which was my first point.
So, but it's reality.
It's not reality, Trey. If it's reality, then how come they had the games predetermined?
I look. I came to.
How come Scott Foster refereed Game 4 and goddamn they knew that it was going to Game 5 as soon as they saw him on the roster? How the fuck did goddamn Boston win the title 666 days between goddamn Bill Russell and Bill Walton death if it's not goddamn scripted, bro?
That's the business.
But it's scripted. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not real, but people believe in this shit, and every Sunday they worship football like it's real.
Because
it's not. The Redskins will never get.
It's a real effect. It happens to be whatever they're creating is an outcome. So the outcome is real. The outcome is not regardless of how it's being done. The project is a finish. It's an end.
It's not real.
It's an out point. No. What's happening inside of it may be already scripted, but the outcome is real. A nigga really lost. Somebody really won.
That loss does not matter in the grand scheme of things, though, is what I'm saying. It's all a goddamn fictional world because goddamn when that person go back home, there's not a goddamn loss in their goddamn bank account. There's not a loss in their goddamn kids' fucking report card. What I'm saying is the shit that really matters should not goddamn take a back seat to some fictional shit that a couple of people who goddamn run the team came up with and the whole world buy into.
And I'm trying to tell you is what world is taking in a back seat. I'm trying to tell you this world is built on a business. This world itself is a business.
In Rome, they gave people the circus and they gave people sport and play to keep them distracted from the realities of what was going on.
They're going to be slaves for their whole life.
So what are we talking about?
No, I'm saying that what you saying is stop focusing on entertaining and just be slaves.
No, what I'm saying is wake up to the fact that goddamn this is a distraction, and if you choose to buy into it, so be it. But don't hold this shit in high regard to a point where somebody who knows that this is all fiction tries to tell a nigga this fiction, and niggas will chop my head off and goddamn say, hey, look, all of it's fake, as opposed to doing the fucking research and finding out that goddamn niggas is on Congress, on Congressional Hill, commenting and goddamn testifying that this shit is not real, but we still send our kids out there to go get CTE at goddamn 12 years old, so that way we can feel like something. You know how many fucking, because I've coached Little League football. I've coached Little League basketball. You know how many goddamn parents sit on that motherfucking sideline or sit in that goddamn bleacher and try to pretend that their goddamn sorry-ass little kid is the same as their sorry little asses was when they were a kid, and they don't goddamn admit the fact that their kid ain't gonna goddamn never cut the fucking mustard in this goddamn sport, and they don't even want to fucking be out there, but their punk-ass daddy too goddamn pussy to say, hey, you know what, son? I won't shit on that football field either. I don't know why the fuck I'm trying to hold your hand and make you go out here and do some shit that I couldn't do. I quit because of Oklahoma, but I'm trying to take you run it again. Like, that's what I'm talking about, dog.
But, Joe, and still even in that sense, what else they going to do for entertainment? You have to be...
Fuck entertainment! We dying out this bitch! Who need to be entertained when niggas getting killed every week, dog?
Because there's no entertainment, not enough entertainment. We need some more entertainment. We need to be more distracted. Because obviously, when niggas ain't distracted, we gonna kill each other.
If you believe that shit, bro,
you don't believe that? You don't believe that? You don't believe that we don't have a nice nightclub for us to go have fun after work and all goddamn week, that we can go have some fun and relax and go fill on some booty. If we don't got that we gonna be stuck in our own basically world realm of everyday. What we move and do every day.
That's arguably the most ignorant shit I've heard this entire year, bro.
You feel like that us losing something to relax and look forward to at the end of the week, that's not creating violence into the city, that they don't have no avenue to go to and have fun and gather in a peaceful setting. You saying that if that's not there, that doesn't cause trauma? Or people just finding
not having a nightclub is detrimental to society.
Not having a nightclub is detrimental to a very to society. Yeah, it can be because we are, like you said, we are based on PE. We are formed on PE. If niggas didn't have PE in school, I'm trying to tell you, we'd tear that motherfucker up. If there was no form of PE in school, we tearing that motherfucker up. You already know. As a human, we're tearing that motherfucker up.
So
take them kids outside, please. Take them kids outside.
What about other cultures in other parts of the world that don't even have what we consider organized school? You think
nobody do PE?
I think that everything that we've been taught is bullshit, and it's intentionally bullshit. And I think that most people would rather just accept the bullshit than.
That's my question.
No, I'm answering your question. I ain't ducking shit. I'm answering your question. What I'm saying is I don't believe that goddamn PE is an international or a global phenomenon. I don't think that anything that pertains to the school system that we learn here in America is a global phenomenon. I think that the rest of the world think we stupid as a motherfucker for following this shit. And I think
this right now.
And I think that in reality, the vast majority of people.
Do China have PE? We can Google that right now. Because they go to school all year round. I've seen forms of how they get their kids to just relax and go outside and do something doing themselves. But I want you to read because you're a reader. I want you to read. Because we ain't the only ones doing it. As a human, you need some
physical education is not the same thing as a goddamn nightclub, bro. What are you talking about?
As an adult,
it's not the same shit. How you gonna compare a goddamn somebody doing exercise to a nightclub?
Because I'm talking about the brain. When the brain doesn't get some type of form of that, whatever the little thing that comes, they spray into the brain, your body spurts into the brain. When you start moving and jumping and running and relaxing and
it's called endorphins.
Having a good time.
It's called endorphins. Yeah.
Yeah, endorphins, right? Yeah, and that's because I don't know the name. Don't know I'm speaking facts. You know, because I'm not gonna forget. This is the dumbest shit you ever heard all year.
It is. No. To say that a nightclub. To say that a nightclub. You said a night because you said you cannot compare a fucking nightclub to physical education with an adult and a child, bro. One day do not coincide at all. So yes, saying a nightclub is needed is some of the arguably the dumbest shit I've heard all year.
The reason why I put them together.
You can't put them together because they're not the same thing, Trey.
The reason why I put them together.
They're not the same thing.
I described to you.
That's not the same thing.
In the form,
it is not the same thing, though.
If you pick any human being in just to focus on this, no extra critical activity, no extra direction.
I just said that the kids are not multifaceted enough, so how you gonna take my point and try to flip it back on me like I don't know what I'm talking about? I just said they need to be diverse. It does not need to be just sports exclusively.
I'm saying it's not just sports. The whole argument is it's bigger than just running up the field with a pigskin in your hand. That was your argument. That was your based on. That's why you said it's bigger. It's foolishness.
I said it's less than 1% who has the ability to be able to do it at the highest level. So instead of focusing 90% to try to reach less than 1%, why not spread it across so that way you got them to 90%?
Number is what gets me because I feel like that's not the real number. 90% of us is not out here. We know an athlete. We have athletes in school. You see them walking down the hallway, and you got regular kids in school. You got the regular kids that's not knowing they're not even athletes. They don't have the varsity coat on. So that's what I'm saying. So you telling me that's
So since my exaggeration being held to a higher regard, yes. I'll say at least 65 to 70% of kids have tried to play some form of organized sports in elementary school. Easily, at least 65%.
Try your hand.
13 out of every 20 easily.
Try your hand. We humans. We don't know that you fast until you start running. Until you start running. So
what I'm saying is, from high school on, when these kids who are above average talent for the level that they're on focus all of their time and energy to try to get to the next level, somebody who's involved at some point in time should start to look and evaluate and see, hey, if this kid is not going to make the mark, then let me tell this kid how to goddamn get some money in a different variation of the same business if they want to stay in that business, or how to diversify so that way they can take the same skill set that they've learned how to goddamn get to this point and how to apply it in other forms of life so that way they aren't stuck if this goddamn door shuts on their ass, because the window of opportunity is so microscopic in any form of organized sports that it's asinine to think that they're automatically going to make it.
Then do that.
That's what I said the whole time.
But singling out sports, when I'm telling you that everything is an industry, Everything is an industry. Focusing on something as for a long period of time is the human ability to master it. So you telling them to not focus on this and to focus on something else, but I'm telling you right now to focus on flipping burgers. You could be a master at flipping burgers, but I'm trying to tell you, if you don't stay focused on being a chef or being a master cook or being a this and that, you're not gonna get that. And that's what you need to what? To be financially well off, because we all are trying to be financially well off. That's the whole balance of it. That's what you clearly cannot put the focus off on, because that's the whole focus of the I told you that's the biggest distraction. The biggest distraction is money.
If people chase purpose instead of money, then money wouldn't hold as much weight, and you would have so many goddamn people out here playing and cosplaying and pretending to be somebody that they really not for the sake of some type of financial gain. Which is why the whole fucking world is in disarray to begin with, because you got so many people who don't know who the fuck they are because they trying to get what they need to get out of goddamn society, because everybody is focused on capitalism, and that's the bullshit.
And so no one, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Without you living on this earth, it's gonna be hard to do that. To basically not focus on nothing and just live in your truth. It's living your truth. Look around you. We can't even get across the street without motherfucking goddamn using. We gotta go buy something. We gotta eat something. So you gotta speak into that's reality. This is a reality, bro. You are in unless you ready to go with Jeff Bezos and y'all ready to go to somewhere else and set up a new camp and y'all can start off fresh all over there new. But bro, stop doing that. You gotta. This is reality. This is reality. You can't say it's not reality. You can't tell people stop focusing on living in their truth when money is always gonna be your truth.
Money ain't everybody's truth, Trey.
Money ain't everybody's truth, and the people who don't look at it as their truth. You see them. You know exactly that they living exactly.
I know millionaires who don't give a fuck about money, Trey.
I know, and you can see them living in their truth.
I know people who become financially secure by living in their purpose.
1%.
That's more than 1%.
No, 1%. 1%. Then that's 1% right there. You know 1% of people who made it and just living in their truth. 1% can live in their truth and make it, bro. That's the lower percentage right there. The people you pointing where you pointing people to go to? Where you want me to go look at? Focus on? A lot of people over there making it, bro. My percentage, I think my real percentage is a little bit more better than that percentage over there. No, don't focus on that, because that's just a game. That's not reality. That's the truth over there. Look over there, and but that's not 1% over there don't make it. A lot of people go over there and really die off over there, and really don't make it. Just like we die off over here. And we don't make it. It's more over there. That's when they assed out, they really can't get back up. And you know that show, so speak on that. So don't tell me to go somewhere. Then when I get there, you ain't tell me it was this bad guy. Damn. Yeah, bro. Yeah, but we working. You see the vision though. You see the vision. Yeah, god damn. But when you getting these hoes out the goddamn wall though, there's a lot of shit in here, man. You got to see the vision. I don't know if we can do this. I ain't never seen this being done too many times before, but you seen it been done before. Yeah, that's the real 1% over there. Now, granted, ain't nothing wrong with sending people over there, because that's the real truth over there. But I'm trying to tell you, people die off over there, show. This the reality we living in. You got to get to the money. Just the motherfucking goddamn. And I'm saying money ain't everything. Money ain't everything, but that saying is everything. Because the person that's saying that, I'm pretty sure, is either living in a truth or well off. Don't get quiet now.
I'm just letting you talk, dog.
Don't get quiet now. Because that's the real, bro, that's the real reality. You can't just sit here and say that's not the real reality, bro. Because as a man with, I know your situation. I'm not even trying to bring that up. I'm just saying I know your situation. That's the reality, bro. And the only way you can get yourself out of that reality, you can't go live in your truth right now, so. You can't go sit in Indian style and meditate and get your body right 24/7 all goddamn day. Them motherfuckers gonna come get you, so. The people gonna come get you,
that ain't who I am anyway.
I know, but I'm just saying, if that was you, because I'm pretty sure that sounds like a good day to me. That sounds like if you didn't have to go to work and have the motherfucker provide, and all you get to do is and they still get to live and get the same nourishment off you just sitting on your ass and meditating and focusing yourself and focusing your energy to be
But that's an unrealistic hypothetical. I've been talking in reality the whole time we talking. That's why it's not even gonna line up what we saying, because like you pulling up random
Alright.
Fictional
It's
scenarios.
not fictional scenarios because that's what I'm saying.
What you just said was fiction.
Because everything you telling people to
What you
focus
just
on
said
is
was
a job.
fiction. I didn't tell nobody to focus on anything
Everything
specific,
you telling
Trey.
people to refocus on.
I did not tell nobody to
another-
focus on anything.
another
That's
form of
another
job.
That's another hypothetical. I never said anything about what they
I
should
can
have
give
should
out
have.
hypotheticals, but you giving out hypotheticals. That's a hypothetical.
What I'm
Tell
saying-
people exactly what you're trying to tell people.
What
Don't
I'm saying-
sugarcoat around it.
I'm not sugarcoating. What I said was point blank and simple, dog. They goddamn there's so many kids who focus on trying to get to the NFL or the NBA who don't have a realistic chance, but there's so many scum-sucking, sorry motherfuckers in their family who tell them that they can get to a certain point, and because this person don't want to, because see, the original reason why this whole conversation came up is because you started talking about the kid making it to the NFL, so his granddaddy ain't got to go to work tomorrow. Like, that's the most asinine shit I've ever heard in my life, and it's not from you. I'm talking about from black people in general, because
But that's
so many.
everything.
But that's not everything, though, and that's not everybody. Everybody's not that weak that they gonna try to live off their fucking kids or their grandkids, dog.
An astronaut, you think the lady who tried to motherfucker make better for herself, even if you making better for yourself, you still have the notion of saying, I'm gonna come back and make a give you. If I got the opportunity
There
to
is
give you
not
something.
one guy, man.
What you
Please,
saying?
there's not one
The
person
lawyer,
well out there.
the judge, everybody who makes a little something better in their life right now. If you go to work every day, I'm pretty sure it's just not for yourself.
Trey.
Because you was never here. I mean,
You know how
for
many
the
guys?
orphans-
Do you know how
for the
many?
orphans, they
Do you
it
know
for
how
themselves.
many rich motherfuckers don't leave their kids a goddamn dime because they refuse to goddamn give them shit?
The 1%.
No, no,
The 1%.
no. But I'm talking about how many people within that 1%.
The 1%.
Do you know how many people within that 1% that don't give their kids shit?
I know there's a lot of ugly people out here. A lot of nasty people out here that ain't giving people shit. And then there's a lot of good people. If I got it, you got it. Dripping like water.
So what are we talking about?
That's what I'm saying, Show. That's what I'm saying. You can't argue with these people. You can't yell at these people. You can't force these people
I'm not forcing nobody to do shit.
To stop giving passion into something. And
I'm
just
not-
because it's not what you feel like is going to make it. If we feel like as a group of people, if all of us is getting together as a unit, I feel like as a black people, if we see is an avenue to better. I'm trying to tell you, we're witnessing something good happening from it. Even though we know they're playing. That's why we was. I ain't gonna say that's why we were going slaves, but at the end of the day is they probably looked at this land and was like, yo, I can stay over here though. We can make this land good. It's not that high.
We were already here before slavery started.
Oh yeah, true. A lot of us, but a lot of us was here before slavery started. But we also know they brought a lot of us over here.
You can't get 4 million people on a boat today to go back and forth no goddamn well. So how are we supposed to believe that? That shit didn't happen, dog. That's what I'm saying.
It's like
That's okay. So now you're proving my greater point. Well, no. Now you prove it. Now you proving my greater point.
What?
We take goddamn everything that's taught to us or told to us at face value, believe the shit.
So
Then
you
when it don't
already-
work,
No.
then goddamn we try to hold each other
So,
accountable for the shit
just
that don't work
I
because we've been
didn't say it.
lied.
No, so
We've been lied to.
No, so just because I didn't say it, you already know.
We've been lied
you
to.
Know I know that Indians is here. I told you I'm an Indian. We already know the dark skinned Indians and all that stuff.
But we've been lied to. That's what I'm saying, Trey.
But-
Listen to me. Just hear me for a
We ain't
second.
been lied to. Africans really came over here from a boat.
We have been lied to. What do you say? There's nothing in the goddamn history books that's accurate. Why would they tell us the
No,
real
we
story
have
about
been
who we
lied
are?
to. We know. I said we have been lied to, but in that, I'm speaking on, bruh. I'm speaking on what we just talked about. Stop.
That's what I'm talking about.
Stop moving the pogo.
I'm not moving the
You ain't moving
goalposts.
the pogo. You keep on bringing up everything else in the world that's wrong.
'Cause it all goes to the same shit.
But we talk about.
It goes to the same shit. Each
you're all over
individual
the place.
person
You're
needs to
all over the
go.
place with that.
I'm not,
We gotta
Jay.
focus. We gotta focus. on
If you allow
something.
me to tell you what I'm trying to say, I can say this shit in plain English. It boils down to being goddamn smart enough to do your own fucking homework to know what is and what is not real in this goddamn bullshit illusionary world. That's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, whether it's goddamn athletics, politics, or anything else, you have no business as a black man in America taking anybody's word for shit. Because nobody gives a fuck about us. Nobody gives a fuck about us. So do your own homework and find out who and what you dealing with. Don't take no nigga, no bitch, no white motherfucker opinion about shit. Because niggas don't give a fuck. And a nigga will sell you out for a dime in a second. So you can't trust your so-called brother. Because your brother got there tell you don't know shit because you ain't saying what he want to hear.
And that's the main reason that people focus on what they choose to focus on as a unit, as a people, because it's all bullshit. So if we pick some of the bullshit and say this is what I'm going to focus on, because you're not about to send me over there to focus on more other bullshit because you feel like that's the real shit that's going on in the world. Because it's bullshit. It's all bullshit. So once you, so telling them it's still a double entendre. You telling me it's bullshit, but then you telling me to focus on it's all bullshit. So you can't stop and just say, all right, but at least focus on that bullshit. No, it's all bullshit. I'm only here on this earth for a certain amount of time. And while I'm only here on this earth for a certain amount of time, they created something for me to focus on to keep my mind stable enough.
They created.
Exactly. Because we don't even know exactly where we truly even come from. So if they is they, that's what I got. That's what we gonna go with. That's reality. That's my reality. I'm trapped. This is the real jail. This is the real jail right here. I can't get out of here. If I want something different, if I say I don't want to live by these laws no more and this and that, it's gonna be very hard to get my butt naked ass off this earth and go somewhere else. It's gonna be very, very hard. So while I'm here on this earth, settle
for the path of the least resistance.
Settle for what?
Settle for the path of the least resistance, because it looks impossible. Let me not try.
Look, what's impossible? To fly?
No, not to fly. To be able to think independently and not have goddamn society or any other parts of society dictate to what you're supposed to do.
But what you choose to do in this world, there's so much other shit to do. If you choose to do that, that's your independent choice. To say, I want to be an athlete. I don't want to be a fucking goddamn president. I don't want to be a politician.
So you don't think for a second that it's not?
I want to be an athlete. That's what I want to do in this bullshit ass world.
So you don't think?
Fucking run all goddamn day.
So you don't think that goddamn, if there were greater options, if you don't think if there were greater options presented, then there would be less people that choose to be an athlete.
It's schools out here, man, where you got, man. I'm trying to tell you,
who run the education system, Trey?
That's what I'm saying. They.
So if you run the
job system,
So if you look at history,
who run the world? They.
Okay, so let's take it a step further then, because see, I won't tell people what to do, but I'll tell people what to do.
Thank you.
Goddamn, if you ain't an independent contractor in this world, in America, then you don't have no goddamn say ultimately for real, because at the end of the day, somebody can goddamn walk in and hire and fire your ass. So if you don't have a skill set that you can goddamn walk around with, independent of all other goddamn things, then there is no hope ultimately, because somebody's going to goddamn tell you to goddamn shuck, jive, goddamn bend over backwards, do anything that's against your natural order in order to goddamn survive and coexist. So what I'm saying is, if more kids who take the same time to build themselves up as athletes, because that is a part of entrepreneurship and goddamn part of being an independent contractor, if they took the same intangibles and applied it to a profession or a field in which they could goddamn have more creative control over the boundaries that limit their ability to earn money, then you will see more people make more money without athletics, so you wouldn't have goddamn 30 people sitting around on draft night hoping that this kid go in the second round because they dependent on it. That's what I'm saying.
Correct. And even saying that, where do you get the funds to even start your own goddamn independent contracting business?
You start off as an apprenticeship. You start off with somebody that got. First of all, you have to.
Where he start off to somebody. No, we talking from scratch now.
Okay, from scratch. Okay, from scratch. You got them walk around and you find the jobs that you looking for, and you got them talk to the people who run the goddamn jobs, and you tell them, hey, look, I'm willing to come in early, leave late, and earn my goddamn spot on this team, just like you did in athletics.
So you want them to do it, to work on the job, do the job. Do it from scratch so you can get an independent contract instead of jumping that and having the money to fund your
having the money and not having the knowledge don't mean you will be able to fund it regardless. You have to have the knowledge whether you got the bread or not.
Get the knowledge and get the knowledge and get the funds to do it. So basically, get the funds, get the knowledge, because telling these motherfuckers to work from scratch, that's always gonna be there. They know that's there. Everybody knows that's there. But you also know you can get stuck in, because if I'm a contractor and I know that I need you to build what I got going on, and you my apprentice, I'm not trying to hold you back, but I need you. So as long as apprenticeships can last for years. Half these contract jobs and stuff like that, you got to go through this apprenticeship for some years. Basically, almost like what, about 8 years for apprenticeship. It falls all the way back to the same thing. You can do 8 years in that league, and that's your apprenticeship to get your own goddamn funding, to fund your own whatever. You do what you want to do with your money. If you do it right, you focus it right. It's got people out here, man. They're trying to tell you, man. They don't.
Okay, Trey. So I got a question then. So if what I'm saying is it's not resonating.
It's resonating like a motherfucker. That's what I want you to know. It's resonating like a motherfucker.
Explain them.
It's just delusional on the reality of the world. Because
So why
you're
would
skipping that part?
No, I'm not skipping that part. Well, okay, so how can a number one draft pick in the 2001 draft goddamn turn around and tell people, hey, look, focus on STEM more than goddamn anything else? What is it? What is STEM? Damn, what is the S in STEM? I know it's hold on, let me Google this shit. What goddamn electronics and hold on, I'm about to tell you right now. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. There we go. So if you got Kwame Brown telling people that they need to goddamn re-implement the STEM system in schools and having them focus on computer sciences and things of that nature, which are going to propel the 21st and 22nd centuries, then how am I out of pocket for saying that, hey, you have goddamn somebody who reached the pinnacle at 18 years old, reached the highest plateau that you can reach for a goddamn amateur athlete, saying, hey, look, this is all bullshit.
Hey, I'm with that. I'm with STEM.
So that's what I'm saying. So many.
Guess what, bro? Guess what, bro? Like I told you, everybody ain't running varsity jack in the school. They definitely, if the STEM is not in there, with the other kid who don't play no goddamn sports, what he doing? What the hell he doing? You focus on these athletes. What are he doing?
No, I was
athletes is really, they focusing on something out here.
We started off talking.
In school, it's a lot of kids in school without a varsity jersey on. The roster for basketball is only 15. The roster for football is only 50. These schools have 500, 1,000 to 1,000 kids all in one grade level. So, if the STEM system is not in the school anymore, stop talking about don't talk about sports. Because, nigga, there's only 10, 15 niggas in John Marshall. They don't got a football program like that. They got a basketball program. There's only 15 of them. What are the rest of them kids doing in there?
You speaking to my point.
No. Your point is stop focusing on sports.
No, my point
that's
is...
your point. That's your point.
No, that's not. That was not the total.
That's your point, show. No, stop. Don't move the goalpost.
I'm not moving the goalpost.
Don't move the goalpost, show. That was your point.
That was not the totality of my point.
Y'all somebody call in here.
804-215. I'm not... Trey, who the fuck you think I gotta move the goalposts for, bruh? I'm talking to you.
I don't know why.
I ain't that was my whole goddamn point to begin with. My point to talk about not focusing on sports so much was to the idiots who goddamn leave their kids on Sunday morning to go sit a goddamn kickback jack with a bunch of other grown ass men and lust over some nigga running a fucking ball. That was who the fuck I was talking about when I said stop focusing on sports like it's a goddamn religion.
On them when the majority
because we were talking about them when I talked about the fact that I don't like the fanboy shit that go along with sports.
But that's what you should never even been saying because it's
it's spoke to the whole point.
No.
Because
we in the world right now. We outside of sports. When we talk about STEM,
but don't try to tell me my point like I gotta bite my tongue, bro. I ain't biting my tongue. I know what I'm saying. My whole point is simple. My point is goddamn niggas pay too much attention to what the fuck people tell them they gotta do in order to be somebody, and they don't even know who the fuck they are. That's why you got a whole goddamn industry of lame fuck niggas who can't rap, who been rapping for 20 goddamn years, who can't sing, who been singing for 30 years, dog. Because niggas who can't do shit keep jumping in lanes because of the fucking money or because of the illusion of fame. Fuck fame. Fuck the illusion of money shit. Do what you really good at in this motherfucking world because niggas need to be they self.
But if STEM was never taken out before he had to find something else, and you got to go back home. That's what we all. That's the only thing that's popular around here. If STEM was still in there, science, technology, and engineering, and mathematics was still a big focus on the school, you might could have saved one of them. So don't talk to the coach that I'm over here just doing my part. Yo, what the fuck is going on over there? Because them kids can't run. I don't need them kids. What y'all doing with them kids over there? Don't focus on my kids and we go to the bar. We the athletes. We do something. We got a different stage where we don't meet this criteria right here. I got a different stage where I use my kids. I take my kids. They're able to be strong enough. They wouldn't waste this whole time. They're able to go do these warehouse jobs. They're able to go do these goddamn lifting all these pounds, these jobs. They're able to go goddamn move these beams, be construction people like that. That's what I do with my kids. Well, what you do with the rest of them kids that you didn't even give them anything while they was even in here, and then they won't pick up no STEM, won't pick up no.
I'm gonna tell you how the school system full of shit.
What do those kids do when they?
I'm gonna tell you how the school system full of shit. I don't know if this was the case when you was in high school, but when I was in high school, the only kids they sent to the tech were the ones who were goddamn
smart.
No, that wasn't the case when I was in high school. When I was in high school, the kids that got sent to the tech were the ones who were goddamn too good for educare, but not good enough for regular goddamn school.
Yeah.
Them the only kids they sent to the tech when I was in school, for real. So if they really had an interest on goddamn building up tradesmen and people who can really goddamn do some shit out here, then they wouldn't have taken the shit out of the goddamn school. Because for real, contrary to popular belief, prior to 1920, there were no goddamn white foremen. I'm sorry, 1913, there were no white foremen. There were no goddamn white hands. Like, it was goddamn looked at as a sign of disrespect for somebody of any type of prominence or wealth to do any type of physical labor. So goddamn, you already know who really built this fucking country. So if we got the hands and the work ethic to build the country and not get no credit for it, why not try and building up some other industry other than athletics? Is what my whole point is. And it don't have to be everybody to get off of athletics. Because some people who great enough to do it should be doing that shit. But everybody not good enough to do it.
But let's go to commercial. I need some water. We ain't been on commercial in a minute. Listen to our sponsors, man. And if you listening here, call in 804-215-155. Tell us your opinion, man. We really want to know. Because we all feel the same. We all think different. But at the end of the day is we all stuck on this earth together. So, I agree with you. But then I disagree with you. I disagree with you because it's bigger than sports. I don't want us to just be focusing on sports because then it gets clouded around the argument of it's just sports. But it's bigger than just sports. You got to look where it rooted from, and especially in our neighborhood, on why we even focus our kids on doing that, because we know the odds is all against us. They're not going to present our kids that we send to school with the right programs to guide them into the right directions, and we don't have the right knowledge or the right funds to actually put together our own systems. But the people that we are seeing are able to do that are people who are at a greater stature from getting the funds from, like LeBron making his own schools, different athletes who have their own schools. They are starting different programs. It starts from somewhere. If we see that, if we witness that, that's where it can based on, or we can try from that avenue. That's just the avenue of the athlete, because there's other people who out here are making it, but they're never coming back to the neighborhoods and coming back and giving back and putting these same programs that they're out there doing it, because everybody not playing sports. So what are the other majority of people that's rich out here? Because ain't all athletes is rich. We know that's the blind. They get blinded by the fame, and think that that's the only people out here that really got money. But we know, that there's also other people that's doing other stuff in this world that's not important, that's bullshit, but it makes them enough money to financially survive out here. That's the whole goal, is getting people out here to focus themselves on getting themselves out of a hole that they financially in. Getting these kids to survive on their own and getting them not to have to use their body to do it. That's the whole notion of it. And I don't feel like the sports don't need to be stepped on to get that message across. I don't feel like sports need to be bullied on to get that message across. I'm trying to tell you, that percentage of other kids is out here that's not athletes, bruh. It's 500. It's some shit of kids in school that's not playing no sports. And if STEM is not in there, if the tech center is not in there, if this is not being in there out already, they already lost before they even reach the real world. And we know that. As parents going in, the ones who do have parents, we see that, because we see, like when we was in school, they didn't have it for us. So it's our job to make sure, hey, can y'all build this, or what y'all doing, or maybe look at different states, because different states might got it, different areas might got it. Move out of the area if you feel like that's the train of thought. But a lot of these people, we're just trying to get it like we can get it, because we already know the odds is already against our people. So if sports is the way we can steal or sneak a way in, or get a pass to get in there, so we can financially get some dollars to bring back to the community, don't step on us. Just refocus that same energy on them bringing science, technology, engineering.
I
and
thought we was going to
mathematics.
commercial like 5 minutes ago. You've been rambling like
I
a
know,
bit.
man. We going to break. We going to break.
Man, fuck that commercial, man. We ain't got but an hour left, man. We just keep rocking,
Fuck
man.
it. Let me get some water.
Go ahead.
Let's move. What's going on in the real world? Unless you still want to talk about it. I'm still with it. I ain't ducking it.
No, go ahead.
I ain't
Go
gonna
get,
duck
go
it.
get
We
some
gonna
water.
do whatever you want to do, I'm
Go
with
get
it.
some water.
I just know. So I just want. I know exactly what you're saying, bro. I know exactly how you feel. But I really want you to take that energy off of just thinking about sports. And
No,
put
it's
that
not
same
on sports
energy.
exclusively. We were talking about sports because this was a subject about me.
Cause I like going to the bar.
Like, when,
I like watching sports.
Nah,
And it's like I go to work, and I'm a nigga that go to work every day. I go to work every day. I'm still living, and I have the knowledge to try my best to get what I need to get out. It's just the odds is against us heavily.
like, the reason why this came up, at least from my perspective, was like, before you got here, I was playing this clip by this guy that was saying that, what's the purpose of watching sports when you can't pay your light bill? Or what's the purpose of watching this new movie on Netflix when you struggling and scrambling?
Okay. My God.
And so
My God.
what I was saying to that is, you know, that's a very bone crushing reality that, you know, I fall a victim of. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, when he said it, it's like, hey, you know, I've always wondered why do people hold sports in such a high regard. But what I'm saying, in addition to just wondering why people hold it in a high regard, it's not fair to a child who wants to just play the game and grow up to play the game to have to then turn around and be responsible for generational wealth that precedes him. Like, when Grant Hill made his money, I'll never forget Charles Barkley talking about this. Grant, they were at maybe the All-Star game or something. Charles Barkley was talking to
Bobby.
he was talking to Calvin Hill and Grant Mama. I forgot, I can't remember her name, but she's like, yeah, we got to get out of here. We got to work in the morning. And so then Charles Barkley's like, with all due respect, Miss Hill, you still work after Grant then made it to the NBA or whatever? And she's like, Charles, sit down. Let me tell you something real quick.
But the school is there.
So then she proceeded to tell him that it's not the child's responsibility to take care of the parent, regardless of what stage of life the parent is in. And like I said, you know, I don't know if you remember a couple weeks ago me bragging about my 9-year-old son. This motherfucker sweet as a bitch in football. Like, nice. He don't fuck with me like that. And even if he did,
What?
I would never ask him for shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he go out here, he goddamn, you know, be a household name and, you know, yeah, look at that kid.
But what if he understands your situation and he wants to do that to help you out of shit?
Not just, of all my kids, he ain't the one.
Well, he's like, maybe,
No, yeah, he ain't.
Yeah,
he-
the word ain't talked to
Yeah,
him yet.
yeah.
The word ain't talked to him yet. Because I'm trying to tell you, it was times where
But what
I
I'm-
didn't understand, and then I understood,
But
and
what-
I understood again.
But what I'm saying is, like, I would never in my life, like, if he wanted to buy me a car or something just on the strength of, like, hey, I want you to ride in style, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But if he were to try to buy me a house or, hey, Dad, I know you always wanted to put your album out. Here we go 35 years later. We will release your new music. Man, fuck,
Hey.
get the fuck out my face with
Just
that shit.
just because of time's sake, man. Just to have fun with it. Why wouldn't I? Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if it don't break you, if it's just you want to dive in because it's all bullshit, bro. So you telling him like, hey, no, take that money and do something else with it. Like, no, Dad, I'd rather spend this time while we on Earth together doing this bullshit. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's all bullshit, show. It's all bullshit, bro. And
Nah, he can't spend no bread on me like
no,
that.
see, and that's just
That's
if
me
I-
though.
if
That's me.
That's you.
And I wouldn't accept it. I wouldn't accept. I wouldn't
and-
accept a gift of that magnitude from none of my children.
And that's why you
Give it
probably
to
blessed.
give it
That's
to
why you-
give it to your siblings. Y'all split that money between the others of your siblings, and y'all go do something fun in my honor.
And that's why you probably will be blessed by one of them because of that train of thought. Because that's the same
Because it's
thought.
not-
That's the thing thought. Really, a good parent, even a parent that's even percentage. It's a percentage of parents that's assholes. They only doing it out of the benefit of their goddamn self. He didn't make it. He trying to motherfucker live within his child and shit like that. Yeah, them assholes. Yeah.
But I don't want shit for
hate
my
them
kids.
Too. I hate them too because you're like, you know what I'm saying. You knew you want shit, and you look at your son. He got the same DNA, even worse because his mama didn't do nothing either. So, so now the DNA is even 2 times worse than that. You think he gonna make it? And you need to tell him, but you not. But you so focused on trying to, and then he getting hurt out there doing all this stuff. I get that. Yeah, you right. You're right, and the coach should be able to tell them. But at the end of the day, who am I to tell you, to do with your bullshit?
And and like I said, I'm not saying I got the right answers. I'm saying that for me, I don't see
None of us are
I don't see the value in automatically wiping the slate clean as far as people learning other shit or being multi-talented or multifaceted, because I truly believe that in my heart of hearts, the best and the most talented can adaptability is the key to everything in America. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't adjust on the fly, you fucked regardless, because everything is gonna pass you by at some point.
That's what I'm saying, Show, and you already know. That's what I was saying with the athletes that don't take full advantage of their opportunities and stuff like that. And that's the reason why, because if you don't have that in you to get yourself to the next point, they'll play with anything, bro. They'll play with science. They'll play with technology. I'm telling you right now, in the human, I'm talking about the human itself. Yo, some of these people out here, bro, all they need to do is just run. Because I tell you, if they really focus on something else, they are so not able to dive in or focus or whatever, ADHD type of shit. You really need niggas to run and make some money, because, bro, you'd be surprised. We won't. I don't know what we'll be able to do with this motherfucker. It's just the human DNA. It's certain DNAs, bro. In certain DNAs where I'm trying to tell you, bro, we need to do something with them. Because if we don't, they gon' I don't know what we're gonna do with them. Football is there for a reason. Basketball is there for a reason. Come trying to tell you, some of them boys.
Yeah, but I just think that all that shit been taught to us, man.
Everyone football.
I'm talking about by society. Like, society tell us that that's the way to go as black people, and we just buy into it without even doing no type of research or investigation or, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll tell us, goddamn, hey, break dance on this roof right now in 98-degree weather. And it's like, you got a nigga that, it's some nigga out there, it might not be all of us, but you got one nigga that'll go out there, bitch, boss, you want me to take my pants off too?
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that mindset gotta go.
I don't know what we're gonna do with that mindset though. Because that mindset is there for, it's there to be able to trigger for them people to say, we'll do anything if you tell me to do it.
And that's what I'm saying. That's
but
the problem.
It's like, so basically, it's like, can we focus that? Because they don't stay there that long. They'll do anything if you tell me to do it. So if you tell them, hey, if we could put science and technology in front of their face 24/7, maybe he'll just focus on science and technology.
It don't have to be. Everybody got a different path.
No, I'm talking about this particular person, like this particular wild kid we talking about.
Yeah.
Like that kid. If we tell him to focus on science and technology, I'm saying it's something in his DNA that tells his ass to go kick that tree over there. Bro, all I did was fed this nigga science and technology his whole fucking life. I'm trying to tell you. The nigga just wanna fucking goddamn go outside and fucking goddamn run and jump. I'm trying to pick science. It's people who do that. It's an athlete right there that's faster than everybody, but his parents have another train of thought, and they's like, nah, I'm just gonna feed him knowledge, technology. It's something in this man's DNA that says, bro, I don't want none of that. Yeah, he got the knowledge, but you got to do something with that knowledge. It's your job to do something with the opportunity that you have, and do something. If they don't do it, and I'm trying to say, it's something in their DNA that it doesn't allow them to complete the process all the way through, regardless if it's football, regardless if it's science, regardless if it's technology. Them niggas is gonna be niggas, and I'm not saying niggas and black people. We call niggas a lot in all types of places. So. And I'm just saying, from my community, point blank, period. If we feel like that's the man, come on now. That's the sports is not the beyond, but
it's not the who?
It's not the beyond.
You mean the end all be all?
It's not the beyond.
Okay. See, you being real strategic. I got you. But nah, man, like I said, it's just, forgive me for being passionate, man. I appreciate the fact it ain't directed towards you personally.
Someone will get that message. That's why I want to bring it out to the point where I'm going to get you to tell them exactly what they need to do with themselves.
Well, nah, because like I said, I don't have the answers for everybody, so I don't.
You do. God gave you the answers.
Nah.
You can stop running from it. By the end of us working together, longevity, you going to be out here telling niggas what to do with themselves. That's my job. My job is to get show to tell y'all.
I'm not qualified to do that.
Because God made him qualified. He just don't know it yet.
Nah.
That boy don't know what's in him yet. He do, but he don't. And as soon as I'm gonna get him to motherfucking get y'all the knowledge y'all need.
Cause I don't have the answers, man. Shit,
You got the answer, Sway.
Nah, I'm 41 years old.
You got the answer,
scrambling
Sway.
like eggs. My goddamn.
Guess what?
self,
The
so.
older you get, the more knowledge you get. The earth will start feeding you more shit. You need to go hug a tree. Go hug a tree today. I'm trying to tell you, you go hug a tree today, you will come out with some motherfucking.
I ain't hugging shit but a bottle of water today. It's hot as a motherfucker.
They say when you know it's a thing out there.
No, I was a tree hugger as a kid for real. I
didn't even know it was a thing. And
I've always been very empathic and intuitive, I guess, from what other people say. But I just feel like we shortchange ourselves as people so often and so quickly because we want to conform and fit into this. All black people got to crawl through a mouse hole in order to be accepted in white America. And I just wish that more of us would say, hey, fuck being accepted. I just want to coexist. Like, I don't have to be accepted. I don't have to be your equal.
Yeah.
I mean, because genetically it's impossible for me to be small enough to fit the realm of what, white genetics call for anyway. So, like, if we keep it real, it can never be that. So, like, since it can never be that, like, let's just call a spade and keep it real and stop the bullshit. But see, most people can't do that either because, like, that level of self-assurance scares the masses, you know what I mean? So you have to go into it, with your head tucked between your legs and kissing the ass and shit, like, in most instances, in order for them to not be afraid of you to a point where they're willing to work with you or allow you the opportunity to be a part of something. But I don't know, man. Like I said, we all got our own paths to where we trying to go in life, man. I just hope that at some point in time that the next generation realize that athletics is a tool and a path, but it's not everybody's path.
It shouldn't be. And it definitely shouldn't be.
And it shouldn't.
Hear a show out there, it should be all y'all paths. It definitely should not be. All y'all need to figure out, you need to race the nigga in front of you. Race the motherfucker in front of you, man. If you ain't faster than him, race another motherfucker. If you faster than him, if you can't beat 5 people around your neighborhood, stop running, pick up a book.
Just be smart enough to know that you're more than an athlete. To every athlete out there.
Even an athlete. I even want the athlete that is super fast to still pick up a book, to still learn, to still try to find an avenue while you even in those avenues. Because this should not be just, even if you focus on, even the kid that's only focusing on engineering right now. Hey brother, pick up a ball, run, go run a little bit, go exercise, go see if you may be, you know what I'm saying, you can get a little more knowledge somewhere else too. I want everybody to start refocusing on everything. Don't just don't get focused on one thing. Strive in everything. Be great in everything you do. And once you do that, the outcome it got to be glorious. It got to be glorious.
And like I said, I just look at it like that because if you want to use athletics, Jason Kidd, arguably one of my favorite athletes of all time.
Shout out to Dallas Mavericks.
So like,
let's get into that.
J. Kidd being able to do everything on the court as opposed to just being one-dimensional, that's what I would strive for any kid that's here, what we talking about. Be multifaceted, man. Be able to be teachable, be able to be coachable, be able to take direction and give direction, be assertive enough that you know when to lead and when to fall back. You know what I'm saying?
You know somebody who's doing that right now? A world champion? Shout out to Darren Brown that plays for Boston. Brown is already, but he about to do some stuff with that money he ready to get. And his popularity he ready to do, he's ready to do something in the realm that we're talking about right now.
And see, that's an example of what I'm talking about.
Let's read up on that. Let's get that article up, man, so we can get some words from that.
And like I said, that's more along the lines of like, and every athlete doesn't have to follow in that realm exactly or to the letter either. But the thing is, like, the thing is, like, if you're able to, find out what it is that you're good at outside of, just type in his name or type in.
Jaylen Brown and what's the word to use? His new organization, I guess, or a new program that he's trying to do. You talking about the interview when he was talking about reinvesting? Yeah, reinvestment. I guess say investments. Jaylen Brown investments. Because, boy, Google already had it from us, ain't you see, they ain't had no option to pick from that.
Which speak to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's designed to make you think that every nigga is just a dumb
His
job.
net worth came up, everything else came up, but, man. All right, let me see.
So on Wednesday, minutes after he did a ceremonial signing of the contract that would keep him in a Celtics uniform and pay him a record $303.7 million over 5 years, he made it clear the next stage of his basketball career is about more than the money. I appreciate the investment and the commitment from the Celtics, Brown told reporters. That commitment will be felt from me here in Boston on and off the floor. Basically, let's see, I'll just summarize it real quick. From my standpoint, they understand where I'm coming from. All right, so I know he was saying that he wanted to impact. Well, they still didn't tell us. Look how you see how they minimize our.
Yeah, like a motherfucker. Look, damn.
So he basically wants to launch a Black Wall Street in Boston,
Yeah.
and that's wild. Like,
Yeah,
given
that's dangerous.
Given how crazy, yeah. So anyway, he said the analytics support stimulating the wealth gap is something that could be better for the entire economy. And with the biggest financial deal in NBA history, it makes sense to talk about one, your investment in community, but two, also the wealth disparity here that nobody wants to talk about. It's something we all can improve upon. And it's like,
and you know his IQ, right?
Yeah, and that's
so
what
it's like the majority of people. It's like some kids gonna still, no matter how much science and technology I give him, he gonna go outside and just hug a tree.
And that's and that's cool that he is able to
pick up
to hoop on that level.
Yeah.
But that's speaking to what I'm talking about. Like, be willing to be okay. So in high school and college, they tell you to be a student athlete.
Yeah.
This is the example of a student athlete.
Yes, sir.
Coming to fruition and maximizing his ability as a student and an athlete, because now he's going to be a teacher.
Yeah.
He's going to teach people how to invest and how to
financial
allocate,
to the utmost.
how to allocate these funds, and how to take his own personal success and make it into opportunities of success for many other people.
That sound like a tree to me.
And this is a minority, and what I'm saying is, okay, I'll even go a step further. If this is the direction in which athletics are going in, where more Jaylen Browns will come about,
come on now,
then I'm all for that.
Yes. Woo!
However.
Yes. So.
However.
Yes.
If. If. And I'm not using him.
Yeah, I know.
But just talking about the story. If the media is going to tell the kids to be Ja Morant on Instagram.
That's exactly what they're ready to tell him to be. As soon as he get back.
Be Ja instead of Jaylen. Then that's the problem I'm having. Not even with the people telling people which one to pick. I'm really having a problem with those of us who know better, not telling those of us who don't know better that Jaylen is the better option for the kids than Ja.
Is the world changing though because they gave him the MVP?
And that's what I was about to say. I mean,
MVP.
What I'm saying, we could be on the end of that being, you know what I'm saying? But we still got to see, man, because they allow Black Wall Street to exist only to burn it down to scare other people from wanting to rebuild it.
Build it up.
The government is on record of goddamn going in Philadelphia in 1985 and tearing up a community because they said this community was treasonous and made up a bunch of other reasons. But in reality, the stuff that they put on those people in their community in Philadelphia has never been proven to this day. But the damage and the consequences of them tearing their community apart and killing the people, them people not coming back, and they won't prove it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
so we gotta make some spies show. We gotta give the knowledge to these athletes because they're the ones that allow them in the entertainers. They're the ones that allow them to get all this money to come back and do some shit like this. I feel like that's the avenue. Even though we ain't the only ones that should be able to, to get that type of money and come back and do that, because other people, other scientists, is other engineers, is other people like that.
Absolutely.
Huh?
Absolutely, I agree with you 100%.
They should be doing the same thing because they got money.
But I blame integration though, and it might sound crazy coming from a guy with 5 mixed kids, but like on some real shit, I blame integration. I'll tell you why, because at one point in time, there was no social acceptance in the black community for black people to move and integrate themselves with other ethnicities and other cultures. So what I'm saying,
we shouldn't even. I mean, we shouldn't even focus on.
but that plays a fact. That plays a fact. I'm gonna tell you how.
Yeah.
So when, okay, let's say I was born in 1948. In 48, the doctor and the black doctor, the black lawyer, and the black drunk all lived in the same neighborhood. So the likelihood of me becoming a doctor or a lawyer was just as great as it was of me becoming a drunk, because
Yeah.
I had a doctor and a lawyer to look at as well as the drunk, so I could see.
Well, as a wino.
Yeah, so I can see, do I want to be Ned the wino, or do I want to be Ned the physician, or do I want to be Ned the accountant or the attorney?
And that's the knowledge.
But-
That comes with knowledge, though.
But when when integration came, the doctor and the lawyer moved away from the drunk. So the kids didn't see black prominence or black elitism other than on the Cosby Show.
But that's what I'm saying. But they know that they still know they exist, though.
Not in the physical. If you don't see a physical
Yeah,
representation, then you
yeah,
only
if
think that
it's-
it's fiction on TV.
Yeah, but you know, everybody don't wear exactly what they do. These kids don't hardly know what we do.
And that's on us as the elders.
Yeah, these kids. I go play
We scared to
basketball.
talk to the kids.
I go play basketball, but I'm talking to my baby. I go play basketball for fun, and I said, "Baby, I'm going to play basketball. I'll be back." She tells her teachers that I play basketball for my work, my job. She goes on job. What will your dad do for a living? He plays basketball. I thought, what the hell? I literally telling her what I do.
So why?
It's like-
okay, so if it's not deeper than.
Because she don't see me with that uniform on. She don't have to see me on stage.
But
She
think
haven't
about what
seen
I'm
me
saying. Hear me out real quick. And this ain't against your baby girl at all.
Yeah,
This is just
yeah, yeah.
society.
Yeah.
Why does she think that it makes sense for you to play basketball? And I answer it if you want, but I'd rather you answer first.
What? No, what?
Because that's what she sees, the image of black men on TV already at 5 years old, subconsciously. She's already programmed. Same thing with you ever seen the little girls with the doll test? How they know that the black doll is supposed to be bad in their mind and the white doll is acceptable?
Yeah.
That's because TV,
But
programming,
but
the internet, the
but-
tablet.
But that
the-
same TV also like wife, she watches on Grey's Anatomy. You got black doctors on Grey's Anatomy, so she sees a black doctor with a doctor uniform on, just like she sees a black man with a basketball jersey on. That TV still has. We're not in a world where we're not on in front of our kids anymore. No, we're literally in front of our kids in all types of facets and forms. Police officers, firefighters. They see us as black people.
So
in
why
all of it.
did she think you were anything
Because
else?
that's the uniform that I put on. That's the basketball shorts. That's the get up I put on, and that's what she sees.
But
most.
you think that
I,
that's
I go to work at night.
but you don't think that when she see black men that look like you on TV, they not usually playing ball or rapping?
No, what you mean? Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. My baby sees everything on TV. So even if I say yes to that, I also have to say yes to Grey's Anatomy. I also have to say yes to Law and Order.
I won't ask you about none of that. So you don't have to say yes to that. I'm asking you, do you think that the black men that she, because see, I know it's the old one male doctor on Grey's Anatomy, then the chick that's been on there since day one. But what I'm saying is, like, do you think that she sees the image of you, not you specifically, but the image that it looks like you might be a part of, or the group, or the...
No, I don't think she sees that. I think she sees me specifically. She doesn't even know exactly what.
Oh no, kids can't differentiate. But what I'm saying, if she was to see somebody on TV that looks like you, if she said, "Hey, mommy, that looks like daddy on
Oh yeah,
TV,"
remember because I told you she seen Country Wayne doing while I was watching his stand up. Because she sees I have a few things on TV where I'm doing stand up, so she sees me doing that. So I remember she had said, "Oh, he sounds like Dad." He was like, you know what I'm saying? He sounds like Dad on TV right now. And I was like, "Oh shit, how she's starting to connect the dots." So exactly what I do.
So at 5 years old, she already has you pegged as a basketball player and an entertainer.
And entertainment.
And I'm saying that it's not fair.
But it's not fair for me.
Let me finish.
I wish I had a doctor uniform to
Let me
come home
finish.
to. I wish I was a doctor.
Let me cook. Let me cook. Step out the kitchen real quick. So look, this is what I'm saying, dog. The fact that she already sees you as a basketball player or an entertainer speaks to the narrative that had me passionate a minute ago.
Mm-mm.
It's not fair to our babies that society tells them that these are the roles and the narratives that we fit into based off imagery alone, so they automatically affiliate us with those things.
But you also said that who do you know that's made it through sports, that's around you right now, that's actually made it. So therefore, these our kids, they see the entertainers, but they see the people right in front of them got regular uniforms on.
They don't identify with those people because they're not heralded on TV as great.
Exactly.
When you see Rock, the show Rock is the only time you ever seen a garbage man get a goddamn show.
Who? Oh, Rock.
So like
no, but still, they saw that. And that's when we found out. Hey, garbage people make a lot of money. You can get a good amount of money from being a garbage man. Make a good little couple change.
I agree, but
at the same time is he making a lot of money?
Rock went off the air in 1994. Has anything like that been on since?
They still look at Rock even was presented as a regular person. They didn't look at Rock.
But there's nothing wrong with being a regular person.
No. Exactly, because we all regular. They see regular people every day. You said what our black people need to see more of. They see this every day. We are choosing.
They don't see regular people being respected. They don't. What I'm saying is like, in the microvision, yeah, you see people get respect regardless of what.
Stand for respect, man.
Do we? When goddamn Sexy Red got the #1 album in the country?
I said black people. I ain't say niggas.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what I'm saying, Trey, is they're issuing out the black culture and making it all just one dimensional at this point. Where
is bigger than just that part of our culture.
But that's all. But that's all you see.
No, that's what we give you. That's what we give you. If you in our culture, in our culture, what you see. You see more than that. You see more than that.
Where?
You're in the culture. I'm talking about you as a black man in the culture. You know what to find and entertain yourself. You know what entertains you. You don't soak it. You don't deal with foolishness like that. Looking at foolishness all day like that.
I like Sexy Red.
I mean, I love Sexy Red too. But I don't indulge in Sexy Red all day.
I ain't bumped the album.
I cannot motherfucking I thought I listen to it, moved on with my life. I'm not indulging in it. But that's a part of our culture. She's a part of my culture. The style, that particular girl that she presents is the girl I went to school with. And I also went to school with another type of girl that was also my culture. You know what I'm saying? And our culture is so big that I'm not mad at nobody for even looking at even a little bit of it. Because if the real ones who grew up in the culture, I know we present them with so much other stuff, bro. But we know we got some popular shit that's in our culture that's gonna always shine brighter than the other shit that's in our culture. But we have a lot of positive stuff that's in our culture, and you only gonna know it within the culture. I feel like when you're talking like that, you're really talking to the outsiders. They talk shit about us in our culture. They don't really. That's all y'all got in your culture, man. Bro, we got food, we got all types of stuff, man. Our culture is everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, our music and our entertainment is the beyond beyond, but but I feel like if you're in our culture, I really do. I understand this. I really feel like if you're really in our culture and you're part of our culture, we know that it's bigger than that. Bigger than our entertainment. We have so much other stuff going on. We just have the most famous culture, I think. We have the most famous out of all cultures out there. Ours is the most famous. And we benefit more off it. And other people benefit more off it. There's no other culture.
We don't benefit off us though.
Not the most. I think we do.
We don't benefit the most off of us. We don't own the industry that controls our distribution of our.
They're selfish. They only benefit to their family. They're creating the industry, and we are branches off of this tree that they created, and we create more branches. A tree just gonna
But
be
they-
the tree
but
just
they-
gonna be
but
tree.
they-
He's gonna
but
get
they-
taller.
but
The
if they-
branches gonna make new branches.
But if you cut a tree at the root, all the branches fall with it.
I hope it don't get cut too long, because that tree been there for some years. Tree been there for thousands of years. So if we can soak in any type of longevity off of this tree and make more branches off it, and while we on this world of bullshit, then we gonna do it. We gonna make more branches off this tree, make more leaves off this tree. Sorry that he think he making more money, but guess what? We out here making more double. We got more double, this more double. So you create, yeah, tree, thank you. But now the branch, the leaf, and the fruit, that all comes from us.
It come from us, but it don't go back to us though.
It do. That's how you make the fruit. That's how you make the what you call it. It all grains on making him grow. He's growing taller. He's growing wider. Yeah, the tree's always growing taller, growing wider. We're skinny branches, almost ready to be breaking off and stuff like that. We're hanging on by an edge, but it's still I still got some type of a vein to this tree. I still got some type of life to this tree where it's sustaining me enough to make something, a leaf, another branch, or something like that. So if I can utilize it and make myself more powerful of a branch, and I can be wider and get myself stronger to I can be a bigger branch, and I can get more leaves and more things. Well, you can't even cut me. You need a chainsaw. You can't just chop me down. I'm more like the tree. You know, you got the branches. It's about thick as the daggone the tree itself. That's where it starts from, bro.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What is Joe Biden's Secret Service name?
Who?
Joe Biden.
They got a name to the Secret Service?
He got a nickname in the Secret Service. What is it?
I don't know.
I give you 5 guesses.
All right.
It's sports related, and I'll leave it at that.
All right.
I give you 3 guesses. Get 3 guesses. Just take 3 random guesses.
Oh, you want me to I think you're gonna give me some contact clues. Or give me
No,
some
no, just random.
multiple choice or something.
No, just
I thought you were giving the guesses.
it's sports related.
The Doom Squad,
It's sports related. That's all I can tell you.
the Legion of Boom.
Nah. It's way older than that.
That's way older than that.
It's in the headlines this week.
What is it? No, I'll give up. What he call this Secret Service? What Obama called the Secret Service?
I can't remember
Niggas.
Obama name. So, but no,
Hey,
Joe,
niggas, come on!
Joe Biden, Secret Service name is Celtic.
Why can't be the Lakers? Why you call them the Celtics?
So,
They-
why? I don't know. I mean, I would assume
Is he
just
from
a little
Boston?
bit. No, he's from Delaware. But I would assume.
That's
I would
That's
assume.
Boston. Everybody in Delaware is Boston fans, New England fans.
So I would assume though that it's because
He's a
him.
Boston fan.
No, not even that. Because him and John F. Kennedy are the only 2 Catholic presidents of all time. So I would assume that that's part of the correlation.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And Dallas only won Game 4. And Game 4 was on Trump's birthday. It wasn't supposed to be initially. The game was supposed to be that Thursday, but they moved it up to Wednesday because Trump's birthday was last Wednesday.
That's the one time they won. It was Trump's birthday.
On Trump's birthday. So, like I said, sports is always a
They
microcosm.
wanted to win on 617, which is
The
Boston's
area code.
And
So-
what they did every year. What they did also did when they beat
2008,
yeah.
16 years ago. And that was an election year where the Democratic Party wound up winning the presidential nomination. That's the year Obama got voted in office.
You know I'm a Nostradamus now, right? Because you know I said all that, right? I said that they're going to go back and do this because of that and the fact that they want to celebrate in Boston, pop their confetti in Boston. They're going to beat them by 20. That's what they did. They're going to beat them by 20 because everybody thought since they lost by 20, they probably was going to be a turn.
Oh, no, they lost by 38.
Yeah, when they played against Dallas.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I knew they was bullshit. I knew that was bullshit. You can't lose that bad like that. That team is not. Come on now. They did that because they probably, I guess, like you said, the politics in it knew that. All right, that's Trump's birthday. Let's make it a little interesting. Boom, boom, boom.
See,
He paid for this game right here, so let's give him this game. He put enough money.
But
in
it's
it.
all, but that's all politics and sports they've always coincided, and then people get mad when you bring it up that, hey, look, this shit is rigged for a
That
different
shit is
reason.
rigged for a different reason, man.
Like, you think it's a coincidence? Okay, And you know I'm a Bron guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Die-hard Bron guy.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason, in my honest opinion, that they came back and won in 2016, where was the Republican National Convention at that year?
Was it in Florida?
No, it was in Cleveland the week after they won.
What? So they knew everybody was gonna be there already, lights and everything. But they also knew that he'd been to the final about 8 times before that. So they knew where exactly it was gonna be. So
and Juneteenth.
Why not schedule it there?
And Juneteenth is the real King James birthday too. If people don't realize the correlation as to why they made it a holiday and they disguise it, but yeah. So like I said, man, it's all this shit tied in, man. Like, cause when LeBron and them won, that was Juneteenth. It was 6/19. When they came back from 3-1 down to Game 7. Game 7 was on 6/19/2016, which is King James' birthday.
Get the fuck out of here! They be playing right in front of our face, y'all. Or we just do the math like this, or we just find.
And then London, their soldiers are called Cavaliers. So, like, if you think this shit is really goddamn about some nigga that's going bald from Akron hooping, like, you really don't know what this shit is all about. Like, it's way deeper than that. So when the Bulls went on their three-peats during the Clinton administration, that was to show that the bull market was the primary source of what was going to fuel and fund the Wall Street agenda. And on top of that, that's around the time that the crime bill was passed that Biden wrote. He originally wrote it in the 70s. So he passed it in the 90s, and it's still going on to this day. And not half, but I would say a good 12 to 15% of my entire generation had to face some type of legal consequences as a result of that bill directly. But yet, he gets on the Breakfast Club and say, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. When he didn't want to send his kids in the concrete jungle with the niggas in 1979. But now, if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. But because we don't pay attention to what the fuck going on unless it's got a jersey on, then that's where the passion I was speaking from earlier come from. Because it's like, yo, this is like, okay, when Eric Cantor became Speaker of the House in 2012, you think it's coincidental that Hermitage won the state championship that year when his district is in the Hermitage district?
District getting a lot of good money, I guess.
He became National Speaker of the House. Do you know that's like fifth in command behind the president? Of course, the goddamn high school in this area going to win.
Hell yeah. Shit going on over there.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it always go deeper.
But somebody got to play. Like I said, you got to play your part. You got to play your part, and if that's a good part to play because it's always a part in all this stuff. Even being the understudy of somebody, of an engineer or something like that. But you know what I'm saying? Being the it's always something like that you're gonna. Yeah, somebody got to be a pawns to this goddamn game of chess, man. And we're all pawns until we become knights, until we become kings,
But it don't always have to be the poor black kid that played the pawn unknowingly. And if he could play it, at least know that he playing.
There's some other poor people out here too. There's different races.
I agree, but I mean, how often do you see them excelling in athletics?
Because we are the ones.
The poor white kid can't run as fast as the poor black kid.
Yeah, so so don't blame me. Don't blame me because I can do that. I gotta.
Where's the genetic equivalent for Shaq? I've still never seen it.
Huh?
Where's the white equivalent for Shaquille O'Neal?
I don't see why they can't get that. Why didn't you have that yet?
Because it's not genetically possible. When you got big, tall white boys who can goddamn run, they can't chew gum and tie their shoe most times. And if they can do both, then they wind up having foot and knee problems like 2 years into it.
So you like our race, I understand, but we know that, and so we take a full advantage of that. We know that. I'm sorry. It's like one. I feel like we wasn't the fastest. Do you want it the opposite way? Would you want it the opposite way?
It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter.
Another race to be more faster than us and more stronger than us and more, and we was the ones that had we had to find a different opportunity to do something other than doing that because we're not fast, we're not that, so we gotta do other stuff to focus on. Do you want us to be that race? Cause I like us being the fastest.
What good does it do if we don't own it though?
Because it gives us a percentage of people that we can get another. Because the other avenues, we'll all be on the same playing field. We'll all be on the same playing field. I feel like that gives us some of us a percentage of us to get outside of that norm. to be out normal, to be you know what I'm saying, to shine brighter than the rest. Because if not, we will all be on the same playing field, all be focusing on the same stuff. I feel like God created us all different in that aspect for them to do that. Maybe He wants them to be doing that, and He wants us to be doing this. God, is that what He wants us to be doing? He wants us to rather be running and jumping and stuff like that, not using our knowledge to change the world, but we got to use our physical ability to change the world. I don't know what God wants for us.
I think that's an individual thing. I don't think God looks at black people as a whole. I don't think God look at no race.
You don't think He look at us as separate entities? You think He all looks at us all at one? That's what we all supposed to do anyway.
Yeah, I think everybody get judged individually based on what they bring to the table and who they are.
I do. I think we all different. Even in the same race, we all are still different. Even in our own same race, we all ain't the same.
That's why I don't believe. Yeah, that's why I don't believe in tribalism, because just because I'm black don't mean I'm supposed to like fried chicken and pig feet.
Yeah, me too. And I feel like it's like that. It's so I feel like that's all surface stuff. If you in the culture, you know. Like, all of us don't like watermelon,
and all of us ain't got a Newport.
All of us don't smoke Newport.
Yeah,
it's some shit of Campbell motherfucking smokers out there. They love some Campbell.
Yeah.
I said, God damn, they're popping a little junk on the tip and everything. Pause.
Yeah. But like, yeah, I just look at it, man, and just like, I wish it was cool to want to know what's going on a grand scale, and I think the percentages of people who really care.
All of us don't eat watermelon, bro. Some of us care, man. Some of us care. Just like all of us don't eat watermelon, all of us don't eat chicken. Some of us, that's what you think. I want you to think like that when you're thinking about the politics. Some of us eat watermelon, some of us don't. Some of us eat fried chicken, some of us don't. Some of us look at politics and actually read into it, and some of us just run with the ball in our hand all goddamn day. When you look at us as a race, just know that it's like that, show. It's like that. You may not see it from you in your neighborhood at a powerful rate, but I know that we're not out here by ourselves, and we have it out there, and it's growing at a rapid rate now of us getting actual black politicians, black judges, black lawyers, black everything, black astronauts, black everything. You know what I'm saying? So, show, leave the athletes alone.
No, I don't have an issue with the athletes. It's with the mindset of people who think that that's all we can do is sing, dance, rap, act, and juggle a ball.
Yeah.
Like we so much more than that. Than even those of us who.
I'm thinking that. I want them to stay thinking that so we can sneak in. I told you we using this. We got a back door to this shit, man. I told you doing what we doing. We got a secret little Jalen. Shout out to Jalen Brown. We trying to do something different out here, and we sneaking in. I feel like you bringing up some shit that we doing is actually getting us in there so we can make a little change. All right. I feel like our first true black president gonna be an athlete. I got a feeling. Our true black president is gonna be an athlete. I don't know which athlete it's gonna be. But I feel like we're going to sneak a black athlete in, especially. We probably gonna be able to sneak a black in if Donald Trump becomes president, because he's gonna become a dictator, and little Trump gonna be our president. So hopefully, we don't know what we're gonna do after this. But
you think Trump will win?
I got a feeling, bro. I think Trump will win. But mostly, I'm trying to tell you right now, if he don't win, it's gonna be off of him saying some dumbass shit during these debates. These debates. Because right now he's up.
You know how many black people go vote for Trump though?
Yeah, that's the thing. If the first time, I don't think we didn't. We didn't do it. The first and the second time, I don't think we was like as active. But the second time, I think the first time we didn't vote for him, but they did something. I think they did something. The second time, we made sure we didn't vote for him, but it was like too close. I think he had a lot of us on his side the second time. This third time, they not but that. I think they just like fuck it because the option, only because of the option. I feel like we'd have had a better option, and ain't nothing wrong with Biden too much, but
that's a lot wrong with him. a lot.
I feel like we had a better option. We maybe can win. The fact that there's no other option, man, and he a Celtic. I don't got them winning like that. I don't got them winning like that, man. It's getting more scary because I'm starting to hear people talk. I'm starting to hear all the interviews. I'm starting to hear all these people out here that's not into politics, and they are ready to vote for him. I really feel like they're ready to vote for him. It's gonna get scary. So that's what got me kind of adding this shit into my sets, and you know what I'm saying, and doing comedy, because it's like, I think they ready to vote for Trump for real. I really think they're ready to vote for him. Man.
So if you got to choose between the two, who you choosing?
I can't. I think they really ready to vote for Trump. I can't tell you, but don't set me up. Don't set me up. Y'all gotta come see me live, baby. I'll tell them on stage. You gotta come pay to hear who I'm gonna vote for.
I voted for Kanye last time.
You vote for Kanye? You vote his name now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sweet. That's sweet.
Well, that's because I mean, like,
Kanye got some votes.
I mean, cause shit, for real, like, I don't like either.
I want LeBron get his name on the ballot. Can he?
I don't like any. I ain't like either the candidates, and then not all of that. They said vote for somebody who got your best interest at heart. And shit, Kanye, a goddamn 48-year-old music producer who, speak my language like goddamn, I feel like Kanye more often than any other artist ever anyway. So it's like, yeah, I'm vote for this retarded motherfucker. Like, yeah,
I'm
fuck.
going to vote for him too.
So yeah, I wrote his name in like, fuck it, y'all ain't gotta have him on the ballot. I pick him over Trump or Biden in the day. The nigga that made Jesus Walks, I give him a better chance than goddamn the nigga that made The Apprentice.
That election, I think I really wanted to vote for him. Him and Barry. I was a Barry Sanders guy.
Bernie.
Bernie.
Nah, I won't fucking with that dude.
You won't fuck with Bernie?
Nah, man.
Like, I was fucking with Bernie. I thought Bernie was gonna he was gonna be in that bitch with some shit.
So Bernie is the type of nah, I ain't gonna go there. So look, I'll just say this. It's easy to get confused with those guys who pretend as well as people like him do. But if you know what's going on, then you know that this guy is just as much part of the problem as Trump or anybody else that you want to name for real. Because like, you get these so-called liberal whites who they pretend like they really have black people's best interests at heart, but then Bernie Sanders said he was against reparations. So how can you really be concerned about the black plight and then not want to see black people get financially re-empowered?
To be against reparation out loud is just, man, boy, God, that's so disrespectful.
But
give us our shit. But I feel like when they give us our shit, they'll give it to everybody. Everybody gonna get this reparation. But when they get reparations out, everybody gonna get it. Watch. That shit gonna be whack.
But it's hard for me to really like.
Hey, buddy, I finally got some reparations.
It's hard for me to fuck with sports on a certain level though, Trey, because like that's what I mean. Like we devoting 3 hours to talking about Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and Luka and football and shit like that, and there's so much more important shit that's going on that deserve at least an hour of them 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? So like,
it's a station. Go to that station. CNN.
But if you say we got the right to have the voice to tell people what they need to hear instead of what they want to hear, then hey, yeah, sports don't mean as much as goddamn who voting for who you voting for, and not even just voting, because I don't believe in the process of voting. I don't believe that the process of voting is 100% valid or honest. I don't believe they calculate those votes. Now I'm not going to be as blasphemous or disregarding as I used to be and tell people fuck voting altogether, because I do accept and acknowledge that a lot of people lost their lives in the process of trying to procure the right to vote. However, I will say, too, in the same breath and token, that if those people were informed as to what the hell really was going on, I don't think they would have valued their life to that little extent. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to laugh at him.
No, but that's real shit.
My God.
Yeah.
I really feel like they knew what they knew now.
Yeah, if
we knew what we know now.
I don't give a fuck if y'all vote or not, man. Fuck them niggas.
They probably said, keep walking, bro.
Yeah, man. Fuck that vote
shit. The protests out here, man. These people, man.
And this some real
shit.
Vote
for our own president.
And this some real shit, bro. And I'll leave this part of it at this. when we talk about following the quote unquote they, and I don't even really like to say they, but we'll say they for the sake of
We are they sometimes. You gotta recognize they got a lot of us involved in they.
So when we is poor, impoverished, or less than the 1% is of the society, the popular society that owns the majority of the wealth. Anybody who's not in that percentage, like I want to say this the right way. Like,
what they doing over there?
Yeah, I don't know. They got some
getting
extra,
in over that bitch.
got some extra shit going
Next
on.
door neighbors. Yeah, over that bitch.
Yeah, god damn. Everybody's having a pinata party. But yeah, so like I just when we talk about they, all right, I'll say it the way it need to be said. Fuck it. When we talk about they, the people who really run the country for real, the white male property owners, this nigga, and I say this talking about the white man, this nigga ain't let his fucking mama, his wife, his daughter, his sister, his niece have the right to vote until 1921. So if we think elections and shit really matter, his mama only been able to vote for 100 years after Trump was reelected. Like in between Trump and Biden getting to office was the 100-year anniversary of the women's suffrage movement. Susan B. Anthony and all that shit. So if this nigga ain't let his mama vote until 1921, what the fuck make you think they counting our votes as goddamn part of their agenda?
That nigga ain't let his mama vote
to 1921.
No,
Mom.
Mama's black. You said Mama's black.
Nah, his mama white. You know his mama white. I'm talking about any white. I'm talking about the white society.
Oh, the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, you right.
So why would they count our vote? And he ain't start counting his mama vote to 1920. I'll tell you another hustle, Trey.
What?
All right, so they always say that if you question God and all this other stuff, you going to hell.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck do you feel the fire in hell if your body gone and you ain't got no nerves?
Oh, you feel it. Your soul feels it.
You have to have nerves to feel something.
Nah.
Nerves exist in a body.
Nah, it's
Trey.
No. That's the out. That's the out. The enter. It's not gonna feel. You're not. When they say you're gonna burn, you're not gonna burn like on fire, like your skin is.
Like everybody's in this room of fire. Like
yeah, you're not gonna.
That shit is
that.
fiction, bro.
No, you're gonna burn. You're not
it's
gonna
fiction.
It's your soul is gonna.
How your soul will feel it when you ain't got no nerves?
No, you're gonna feel. You know how you feel like.
No.
Like bad energy.
I've never felt shit without nerves.
No, but you know how you feel bad energy. Have you ever felt bad energy? You feel like it's a bad energy in the room.
Yeah, nerves.
Imagine being in that motherfucker. No, it ain't always. It's your hair standing on the back of your
nerves. Yeah, because your nerves feel it. Yeah, your hair starts standing up on the back of your neck because your nerves tell you, and your nervous system tells you that something is not right.
Is it a conscious thing?
I mean, it could be to a degree, but you're not going to physically feel
maybe
fire without nerves.
I think you got to. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I think we got to dissect what they really.
It's fiction. They playing us. That's what I'm saying. Like, so why would we listen to they? They told us that God was white with feet like burning brass and hair like lamb's wool. What white man got burning?
They drew that, but they didn't say that. If you read it.
When it reads, it said feet like burning brass and hair like lamb's wool. What white man in America got hair like lamb's wool? Oh, in the world.
Yeah, so as black people, you read my mama always said, God is obviously black.
But think about how many people still don't believe that.
Because they ain't reading.
Which goes back to my point. When you got so many people that want to put all of their time and energy into athletics, or even not even athletics, just following what's been prescribed to them by the people who have lied about everything since their inception on this planet, why the fuck would you believe them wholeheartedly?
And Geno Jenkins got these churches deep as I don't know what right now. So
that's my dog right there.
You know what I'm saying? He got these churches out here.
And God said.
Yeah. So you say, look, you got people, everybody just ain't focused on sports.
Your preacher shouldn't be listening to no music while he's talking about the word of God.
Yeah.
Somebody talk back to me.
You know what I'm saying?
That's my dog, man.
You know what I'm saying? Geno Jenkins ain't playing no games, so...
he the only person make me feel guilty hearing that shit after a threesome. But like for real, some real shit, dog. Like, I mean, like you said, it's all bullshit ultimately, to a degree, and it's all about what people choose to subscribe to. But what I'm saying is, if this is a known cul-de-sac or a known dead end for more people than the people, like You only can get to that cul-de-sac if you got a house on that street. Otherwise, you got to U-turn and find your street. Everybody don't live on that street of athletics. That's what I'm saying. It's houses in other places. Why everybody trying to move on that one street?
It's a good street.
Is it?
Yeah.
When them niggas get goddamn thrown away every year, you got goddamn all-pro players who can't get a goddamn 10-day contract.
Imagine the motherfuckers who can't pass the bar.
They not getting picked up and then thrown away. You can't get in the game until you pass the bar, though.
What? Huh?
You can't get into the game as a lawyer until you pass the bar.
You can't even get into the game, but guess how much time you got to be in.
But once you pass the bar, nobody can come back in 4 years and take that bar exam or take your fucking. You can't be disbarred because you're getting old. You get disbarred for being inappropriate, for having bad conduct, but you don't get disbarred just because a nigga can read faster than you that's in the next grade behind you.
But look, once you get disbarred, can you go get your license somewhere else?
Yeah, it's state to state in most instances.
Oh, so state.
But in some things,
like a basketball player.
But some things you get
over there, he gonna go overseas.
Yeah, some things you get disbarred for, and you ain't nothing you can do about it.
Exactly. I think he's like, yeah, you get disbarred from the Richard card, like you can't even practice no more. Like
yeah, but but that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine if that kid did like to argue with the coach all the time, went into goddamn law, and became one of the greatest. Became Johnny Cochran Jr. But he wanted to stay a basketball player for real. Somebody ain't tell him, hey dog, you alright as a ball player, but nigga, you the LeBron James or the Michael Jordan are arguing. So why don't you go be a lawyer? You know what I'm saying?
Ain't never too late.
And I agree with that too, but what I'm saying is so many kids start off with this notion of, oh yeah, I'm going to be LeBron, I'm going to be Steph.
Your body only going to be like that for a period of time. So I feel like if you living on this earth, things that you're saying that they can do, they can always do that. Niggas not, bro, everybody after 21, if you ain't made it yet, you got nothing but time to refocus. You can literally do it all over again. There's nothing wrong with learning something all over again.
That's what I was trying to say, to apply those rules and intangibles that made them great in athletics.
You're grown then, but that's what I'm saying. It takes people to have that same focus, that same energy that they put into that. They can do that. We're not taking too much time from them, show. We got them kids who always tell for 18 years. They got a whole nother 18 on them. They use it right. What you do with the other 18? Yeah, I did that to you when you was 18, but you had another 18 by your damn self. What you do with it?
But if you're not building that up or speaking life into that.
Sports does that though. Sports builds structure. Sports, yeah, it does. There's other intangibles into sports.
I agree. That's why I was saying to apply those intangibles into other fields of life so that way you can maximize the opportunities that exist in front of you instead of being closed-minded to a point where you think that it only has to happen through athletics because you got some old guy who don't want to go to work tomorrow telling you that you need to make it in basketball so he don't have to go to work. That's the whole reason why this whole conversation came up, because when you said about the granddad waiting on his grandson to make it to the league, that's the problem. Like, it's not about the kid who good enough to be an athlete, want to be an athlete. It's about the kid that's on the cusp of being good enough, having to put more time and energy than would be naturally needed to try to make it to that point because he has other people depending on his ability to play ball. That's not fair to that kid.
Yeah,
and the adults involved should say, hey, you know what, man, just because I didn't make the best out of my situation or circumstances, it's not your job or obligation to try to avenge my loss or my losses. And it's sucker shit for a parent to want to live off their child.
Yeah, I don't really feel like when he's saying he wants to.
But you got some out here that literally do though, bro.
Some people living decent and they still want to get out that situation. It's like you always want better. So, knowing the fact that it's better out there for you, Pop. I understand, Pop, you good. Pop, you got a good job. Pop got a good job, this and all. He worked for the school system and everything. He's been driving the buses for 20 years and this and that. We got, you know what I'm saying? He basically, his house is almost paid for. His house is paid for. But this is all he got. I want him to have more. I want my Pop to have a bigger house.
So here we go. I use a perfect example. Shout out to Jackie Bradley Sr., man. Jackie, retired bus driver for GRTC. I know Jackie. And little Jackie Jr. used to come in the barbershop because my uncle used to have a shop around the West End and shit. Mm-hmm. So Jackie Jr. used to come in the shop and shit. Now Jackie used to tell us all the time when little Jackie was young, man, fuck that football shit, man. I'm gonna let my boy play baseball. Ain't no salary cap in baseball, and he gonna be good.
Yeah.
Jackie Jr. made it to. He played for Boston when Boston won their last World Series.
Okay.
Like played for the Dodgers. He's still in the league. I don't know who he played for this year. But and Jack, yeah, so Jack had been in the league shit at least 12 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Little Jack and shit, man. His dad had just retired like a year ago from GRTC. And Jackie Jr. had the money to retire his dad when he was playing AAA ball.
And guess what?
and
I'm
his
pretty sure he got it in his bank account, but he probably still wanted to work.
His pop said, "Bruh, I appreciate the gesture, but this is your life. That's your money. That's your world. Like, I'm good. Like, I was taking care of you with this. Why the fuck do I need you to take care of me?" Now he retired on his own merit. Like you said, he might have some bread in the bank from his son. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is like,
them gifts get bigger and bigger every year.
yeah. But what I'm saying is the integrity that Jackie Senior had to want to continue to work.
I wouldn't have moved either. If I was in there that long, you you got your own shit. You know how hard it's gonna take to get them. Even if I got a kid, it's my shit. I got my yard perfect now, nigga. I'm good. You can't move me. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that level, like that's what I was speaking to. Like,
but it's still,
I
saying.
I come from being around those types of men who don't give a fuck what their kids accomplish. They still go, rest on their own merit, and you know what I'm saying.
When I said what I said, it was still in the notion that my people weren't poor, my people weren't assed out.
Yeah,
I still strive to get back my mama a car, back my mama a house. She got her own car. She got her own house. I still strive to say that's what I was doing it for because I want better for everybody around me, especially the one who did everything for me. How can I repay you? Even if you're not asking for it, even if you don't want it, I'm still using this as because everybody needs something to keep pushing them, keep pulling them. Why did I use black people? Some black people use that for everything. Man, I had to make it out the struggle. I had to make it out the man. And some of them aren't even in the struggle.
Or I had to get it out the mud.
It's get out the mud, but it's almost like a motivational thing. It's a motivational talk. It's a motivational speech to ourselves to say, keep on striving, keep on doing good to be better. You know what I'm saying? So don't get too hemmed up on the fact that that's what you're doing. Because sometimes, like you said, you may not even ever have to even pay your mama or move your mama out the house. She still was striving on. The people who out there ain't doing nothing. You still, even if you still putting your kid through sports, you got to do something to put him through sports. So even while he's doing that, and only doing that for that kid to one day buy him a house or buy him a car, he's still putting some type of structure into this kid. He's still putting some type of passion into this kid, even if it's only for his own greed. He's still putting something into this kid that, like I said, it's so many intangibles that you learn inside the sports. So even I really feel like even if it started off bad, it could end off good, because he could make it and get the money, or he cannot make it and he pushing this whole time. But guess what? He knows not to be late because he had to be early to practice. So when whatever he has to branch off and do, he'll keep those same intangibles of being punctual, being polite, knowing to speak when to be spoken to, all that stuff like that. That's what you learn in life. These coaches are coaching. They're teaching them more than just the actual game of football. I learned so much of playing football. I learned a lot of playing football, not just running and jumping and everything like that. I learned about brotherhood, about a lot of stuff, about, you know what I'm saying, about thinking about other people rather than yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's so much into sports.
So let me ask you: do you think that if it was taught on a grander scale to use those things in the other forms or other fields,
like on a chalkboard?
Maybe not even on a chalkboard specifically, but just like if that was a focal point of athletics, do you think that more people would take that away from it, or you think that like
something that can't be explained, something that you have to? It's like one of those things that you I can't tell you what the Army is like, but if you go through it, you can figure it out a little more better.
Oh, you was in the military?
No, that's what I'm saying. But I can't. No matter how much I know about the military, I can't. You gotta witness. You gotta go through that stuff to find out what's the good in being in the Army, being in the Marines. You know what I'm saying? Because all I see is niggas dying, and you know what I'm saying, or coming back with a little bit of pension from the world, from the from the state, or when they come back they poor, they don't got nothing from the state or something this and that. You know, I see that, but that's like football. if you only see what's on the outskirts, you don't actually go into there and actually in those practices and knowing exactly what's going on, or actually in those games and knowing exactly what you're picking up from the karate with being with another man, being with Paul's being playing with another other guys, like that. What I'm saying, being with your brothers and stuff like that, being able to what I'm saying, a bond and knowing how to
playing with another guy.
So you pick those up in the game, and that's what I'm saying. That's through anything you do, you're gonna pick up different things from that. And I feel like sports has one of those things where it can't be explained. You really have to go through it to pick up those things. You really have to show up every day and go through this whole process to understand that sports is more than just scoring a touchdown or looking to make it to the lead. Some people play sports all their life, not even looking to make it to the lead. They just love the fact that this is just fun to be a part of a team.
So what's your take on J.J. Redick being hired as y'all next coach?
Man, JJ, I swear to God, bro, as being a Duke fan, I'm gonna speak from being a Duke fan first. Being a Duke fan, this is, the greatest college player I ever seen in my life. I'm gonna let you know right now. Because of J.J. Redick, the way he moved without the ball, I'm gonna tell you right now, the greatest college player I've ever seen in my life, man.
Oh my God!
The greatest college player I've ever seen in my life.
Oh
it was a time. God. It was a time to be alive to see J.J. Redick put on the clink.
That nigga don't make my top 5. I don't think he make my top 10. He'll make my top 10.
Top 3.
He make my top 10 Duke players.
Nah, he make my top 3 of my favorite college players of all time, dog. That era of watching J.J. Redick. I remember being in school when they had March Madness on, and we were trying to find the little TVs he rolled in.
Yeah.
We was in the janitor closet watching J.J. Redick put on a clinic.
What was the janitor doing?
Bruh, he was watching that drink too.
Okay, make sure he kept his hands to his
stomach. Yeah, we was in the janitor closet, motherfucker, trying to watch the sneaker, watch J.J. Redick just shoot this dog these people, man. It was a good time to be alive, man. And like I said, I'm happy for a Duke fan because also I know that Coach K, he's probably been one of the people that probably got like a beam line to Coach K anytime he want to call. I know he's one of Coach K's kids like that. So as a Duke fan, I'm happy we got this. Now, as a Laker fan, a diehard Laker fan, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know what the fuck. Y'all fired coaches left and fucking right. We just fired coaches that got so much goddamn fucking history of being a coach. We got so many coaches that got a resume of being a coach.
Who had a decent resume that y'all fired?
Had a better resume than coaching actual adults. I think J.J. Redick only coached 8th and 9th graders. I don't know what team. He was coaching kids.
Fourth graders, yeah.
Fourth graders.
8 and 9 year olds.
8 and 9 year olds.
Yeah.
They don't understand play callings.
But
he was spitting back to him. Analytics got him this job.
Spoelstra was the same way.
Yeah. Analytics.
Tyronn Lue was the same way. He'd only been
Tyronn Lue was a baller.
He only been an assistant coach for
he was assistant coach for
Tyronn Lue won't better than J.J. Redick.
He was assistant. I seen Tyronn Lue on benches, on coaches' benches since he retired.
Yeah, he was on that bench. It was on Orlando, then Boston.
Yeah, he was on a lot of bench. He was on Orlando, Boston, and Clippers. He was on Clippers bench at one point.
Yeah, that was after he left Cleveland, right?
No, that's before he got a head job.
Oh, okay. He was doc assistant. Yeah,
doc assistant.
Yeah,
right. I see him. You see him on the benches.
Sam Cassell deserved the job.
Sam Cassell, I would have gave it to Sam Cassell over
Mark Jackson.
I seen him on the end of benches. Like in the trenches in practices with these, he got a camaraderie with the vets. He got a camaraderie with the guys, the middle class guys, the rookies.
Yeah, I feel like it's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful, bro, because in J.J. Redick, granted, bro, you might be a fantastic coach. You might actually got a playbook at home that you've been working on for years since you've been in high school on this coaching shit. You might got different schemes, all this stuff. But that should have been presented to a head coach to vouch for you.
Well, you know, JJ and I have had a problem for a while now.
And
basically, JJ just thought that I didn't do a real good job of getting the playing time in the fourth quarter. But, he's a good shooter. He wasn't really a great ball handler. he needed picks in order to get his shot off. So you
Bro
know,
was hating, dog. He was big time. That nigga, he at the end of the video, he said, "Well, I hope somebody hire him so he can see for himself."
since he thinks he has all the
He
answers.
said he got all the answers. He want a motherfucker to lose bad as hell.
Yeah.
JJ really gonna motherfucking whoop his ass every time he come to Milwaukee. He
Yeah.
gonna make sure the motherfucking team, the Lakers, whoop the motherfucking
But
goddamn.
JJ Redick be talking with such arrogance. That's just
He
so
does.
annoying.
He
That nigga-
does. He talks with a lot of confidence and a lot of
So
arrogance.
I basically was trying to tell Doc that you know he wanted me to come in off a pin down, and I'm just like, Doc, I mean, what are you thinking? I mean, it's the fourth quarter, for God's sake. We've been running the pin down the whole game, Doc.
As a person who is not a Doc fan, who you think Doc is just skating by? Now,
Oh, Doc trash as shit,
So-
and I'm saying it as a fellow birthday. So like, I know how Libras hustle.
Yeah.
Like him, Paul Pierce, like all three of us got the same birthday, so I know how full of shit them niggas are. Cause
so
I got that same shit with me. So
if Doc can last this long, and you got somebody who feeling like Doc won't even coaching him right, and he was questioning
oh,
Doc.
JJ Redick will be here right now. I don't know how great of a job he could do in LA, but when I look at coaches, people always say Pat Riley. Nah, man. JJ Redick and Hubie Brown, you know the old dude Hubie Brown?
Yeah.
They the same
They
fucking
fast.
person, bro. They talk identically, same asshole concept, but the motherfucker like Hubie Brown was a great goddamn coach, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel about JJ. I feel like JJ Redick.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think-
he'll Laker now. So
Yeah,
hope so.
I think y'all might get to the second round.
Oh, man.
Maybe the conference finals.
I'm
Maybe.
Hey, as long as
Maybe.
he's hired now. I was talking shit about him before he got hired, but
Cause
he's
y'all
hired. He's
y'all
not coach now.
y'all were good enough to beat. Like if y'all could have got
We
past,
would-
if
yeah.
y'all would have had to face Denver the first round, y'all
We-
could have beat everybody else in the
Yeah.
Western Conference.
And I really feel like that. I was just telling somebody the other day.
But with Darvin Ham as y'all coach, y'all still wouldn't have got to the finals
I
for
feel
whatever
like
reason.
We would have though. I feel like
It's just
he-
Darvin, bro.
I kind of like Darvin Ham.
He a great
dog.
assistant.
He
He's
was
not.
he was a great coach to me. I don't feel like Darvin Ham did no wrong. I saw Darvin.
He's
Ham
not good
show.
enough to coach LeBron, man.
Man,
Because
guy, who is? Who,
And the only reason
who
why I
the
say
fuck
that
is
is-
he might not even come to this team. I got a feeling that they ready that he might go somewhere else.
who?
I got something in my backbone just telling me that LeBron James is probably ready to go somewhere else.
I can see him going to Dallas.
He better not do no dumb shit like that. But if he do, oh my God, I can't wait to get back to talking shit about you, bro.
Hey,
I'm
if
trying
he-
to tell you
if he
right
go
now,
to Dallas-
the Lakers is the only thing saving you from me getting your ass every day, bro.
If he go to Dallas
Pause.
and win one in Dallas, what can niggas say?
Nothing. We can't say
One
nothing.
of 4 different franchises.
Yeah, we can't say nothing. You know, granted,
The greatest journeyman of all
Oh
time.
my God! Oh my God! They won't really say nothing. Yeah, but
Cause Luka for real.
Luka is LeBron, but he a poor man's LeBron.
Luka, yeah, but he balled more like Melo.
Yeah, and Melo was a poor man's LeBron. Ooh,
Oh, that's
man.
tough. I can't roll with that one.
Oh.
Melo wasn't
Man.
athletic enough to be a poor man
Poor
LeBron.
man LeBron, exactly. He's a poor man LeBron.
Jason Richardson probably closer to LeBron than Melo.
Jason Richardson? No, Jason.
I mean,
Richardson's
if I'm
poor,
athletic-
Jason Richardson's a poor man Kobe.
Okay, well, yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, I mean, Luka is
Athletic without he was athletic without the what you call it. Melo is a fantastic scorer, fantastic baller. Just don't have the athleticism to
or don't give a fuck about
ain't
defense.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he don't give, especially about defense.
He ain't even give a fuck. But I think he did give a fuck. It just his body would allow him to give.
Melo ain't.
A fuck. I think he used to give a fuck, but I don't think he gave the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
he knew, like, I can't get up there and smack a motherfucking pin a nigga on ball on the backboard. Nigga, I'm like, so why should I get back on defense that fast? LeBron can, so nigga, you need to help me get back so you can do that. You know what I'm saying? So
I think J.R. Smith is the most underrated part of LeBron's whole career.
J.R. Smith helped LeBron career out and Melo career out a lot. Say sleep on my boy J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith is the GOAT. Is the GOAT. That ball handling, that shooting, bro, that man's an all-out scorer. You know, everybody forget that he came straight out of high school too, just like everybody else. I feel like he'd went to a better franchise with a bigger fan base. You know, JR he wouldn't have to go play with all these niggas. They would been trying to come play with him because he went to, I think he was in went to New Orleans first, or was it they in Charlotte?
They were in New Orleans, and then they went to Oklahoma. Then they went to Oklahoma City.
Small franchise.
Yeah, because that was the year after Katrina.
And they had to go to Oklahoma City to play.
Yeah, it was the
you know what I'm saying?
year after Katrina.
There wasn't even a team there. They went there to this shit happened in New Orleans. Like that happened to his career. They didn't even get to see exactly. Him and Chris Paul probably never had to leave each other. They was perfect with each other. Then
he went to Denver.
Yeah, them two would have been the perfect. Imagine Chris Paul and J.R. Smith playing majority of their career together.
Yeah, that'd been dope.
What?
I still don't think Chris Paul would ever win regardless. Though.
No, but it'd have been easy to fill in a small forward or a center. And these franchises be choking on letting these teams be breaking these teams up too fucking fast. They don't get time to fucking grow and blossom, and they go somewhere else. Become all-stars somewhere else.
They don't care about the player. They just care about the profit, and the revenue.
Yeah.
And if you ain't generating that money,
but guess what? You would generate just like that's why San Antonio they become a family down there.
Because they ain't got nobody under contract but De'Aaron Fox, so they ain't losing no money like that. Fucking with the rest of them niggas.
Not Sacktown. San Antonio. They.
Oh, I just said Sacktown.
Yeah, they know like the organization. They keep the same people. They don't really refine people. They even hold on to players for a long period of time and develop their players and stuff like that. That's why their organization, even though they've been assed out for so long, but we ready to start seeing the missing keys start being put in place for make them back a threat again. We don't want to see San Antonio, especially now.
That's who should draft Bronny.
That's who should draft Bronny. That's the perfect place for Bronny. Bronny, with his mindset, because he's definitely is a fundamental kid. He not listening to y'all. Y'all want him to be his daddy. I'm not my daddy. I'm not gonna be an all-out scorer, but I can do the right things to put my team in the right position to win. I got a ball vision. I got ball vision. I'm out here motherfucking seeing shit that y'all don't fucking see. I understand the game. And people look at he ain't put up that many numbers. Like, motherfucker, it's not all about the numbers with everybody. Everybody can't be the number one scorer in the fucking goddamn league.
But when you're talking to Jordanians, that's what they think.
That's what they fucking think. My God.
Because Michael Jordan hogged it. So why can't everybody else?
Bruh, that's just trash. Man, Michael Jordan.
And Pippen and Rodman cleaned up 80% of Jordan mess, but they'll never get no credit.
God, never give motherfuckers the credit. He needed them motherfuckers bad. He needed them bad, and it's clearly they was doing good without him. When he left, them motherfuckers. I mean, they needed him to get over a hump.
No Pip, no chip.
They needed him to get over a hump. But imagine if they would have traded for Penny Hardaway during the absence of Michael Jordan.
Nobody else other than Michael Jordan could have won in Chicago though.
If Penny Hardaway would have stayed healthy.
Penny and Pippen don't work well together because they both on the ball.
Who? Pippen don't really want the ball like that. Pippen
was the original point forward.
But Pippen did that because he had to. Look at it. No one was on the ball, being able to handle the ball like that. They was aggressive like that on that team.
And in 94, when Jordan left, Pippen still had to play point.
Yeah, because like I said, there was no aggressive ball handler on the team. B.J. Armstrong.
So you take Penny and put Penny at the point. You think Pippen more effective playing the 2 or the 3?
Pippen would have said, "Thank God." Oh my God.
Which one you think Pippen?
He'd have been able to D up like he wanted to go. He wanted to go play defense. He'd have been able to do that. He'd have been able to get his shots off. He'd have been able to have his time because Penny was a passer. He really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I don't think
Penny was jacking. Penny was jacking that bitch.
Penny was jacking, but I think he loved passing the ball. Penny enjoyed. You know what I'm saying? Getting some assists in there. So I think with him having an actual player like Pippen to pass it to, oh man, I think he would have.
I think it might have been overkill because Pippen and
I think that would have been the first time you'd have seen the actual. No, because Jordan Pippen, you've seen it. So no Jordan, Penny, and Pippen. I got them 2 rings, especially after when Jordan.
Who you trading for Pippen or Penny?
Instead of Pippen, free agent. Instead of him re-signing with Orlando, he would have signed with the Bulls.
I still don't know, dog. I don't know if that would have made much sense.
I just been hard, but I'm tell you right now, that small forward and that best point guard, shooting guard, slasher like he was, and they'd have been able to put a big man to go with them because they did it early and they had Dennis Rodman down there. Imagine Dennis Rodman down there defensively with y'all.
But if that's the case, then when Pippen was in Houston with Clyde and Charles and Elijah Warren, Pippen would have been more effective.
Pippen was bigger and slower then. He wasn't the same.
In 99?
Huh? Yeah. He wasn't the same Penny then.
I said Pippen.
Huh?
I was talking about Pippen.
I was about to say. Oh yeah, maybe that's what I said. Oh, no, I'm saying Penny. I was thinking. I had the right nigga in my head, and I was saying the wrong name. Yeah, Pippen wasn't. No, he wasn't the same. No, Pippen was not the same. You know he won't. Man, that old ass dude with that.
But it won't be 1 year after. It won't be 1 year after.
It was a year after. It was 99. This man he was in the league. Well, Pippen got drafted at what?
87.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah,
he's been a whole decade. He did a whole. You already know. Look at all the guys right now that's in their 12th season right now. Look at them.
Steph in the league 16 years.
Steph is different. And Steph
KD been in the league 18.
Yeah. They different. You name somebody's. Well, Pippen is their status a little bit, but Steph Curry different. He's smaller. He's a small. Name a small forward that been in the league that long.
LeBron.
Name a small forward other than LeBron that been in the league that long and kept the same type of pace other than him and Durant.
Nobody.
It's impossible. It's impossible to keep.
Yeah, because Vince Carter at his height was better than Pippen, and he wound up falling off.
And that's because of training.
Go ahead, keep talking about some more.
The what you call it? You know, healing and everything, and the doctors. All that stuff got a little more different in the processes. Pippen played through an era where it was a lot of. I don't know. They ain't had the same. Huh?
Cups over there.
They ain't had the same rehabilitation that he had. He had the same hyperbaric chamber that LeBron had. If Pippen had the same hyperbaric chamber, it might would have been different.
Well, just keep talking. I'm gonna go rest.
It might would have been different. What y'all think, man? What y'all think, bro? Y'all think I'm on 4%? God damn it! Shout out to my phone. What y'all think though? We need somebody to call in, man. Y'all think Pippen could have did it? No, he was too old. Pippen past his time, bro. That night, 1999. Was it 1999? No. I probably can go back and change some of these teams, man, and form some good teams up, bro. If we could change some of these teams and put together some great ass teams like Steve Franchise and Katingo Mobley, put them with a Shaq. Oh, boy, shit would have been. Imagine Steve Franchise and Katingo Mobley if they had Shaq.
I always think Shaq underperformed, man.
He underperformed because that motherfucker got lazy, man.
I think he always was.
I think he always was too. That's only because he was the only.
Because as great as he was, and I get that Dale Brown. I know Dale Brown was the one to reach out to him first, and he was being loyal to him and shit. But like even when they talking about Shaq being on the Dream Team and shit, Shaq was not better than Christian Laettner, man. And it won't close.
But the
in 1992. Now I'm not saying about.
But see, don't do Shaq like Bronny now. Don't do Shaq like Bronny. Don't do Shaq like Bronny. I wasn't scoring like that, but I see the game a little more better. And if you actually talk to me, if you understand my DNA and what I'm capable of doing, and you put me in the right position, I can develop into the actual player better than this player. That player was obviously in the right position, in the right organization to have him, allowing him to get the ball off the way he got the ball off.
But Shaq went, but that's part of what I was saying. Shaq went
jumper, they hit him in.
Shaq went to LSU, and I get he was being loyal to Dale Brown for seeing him early.
Right.
But Shaq, man.
They were rotating. I think he was in a rotation. Shaq should never let the float.
No, in college, Shaq was not like I remember, bro. I used to watch this nigga.
I remember he used to get subbed out.
That nigga was not that great in college, bro. He had all the potential, and he was defensively amazing, but offensively, Shaq was one dimensional.
Clogging the paint up. You know, in college, it's that defense. It's defense in college. You can clog in the paint up, but we need to move this ball, man. You clogging that goddamn paint up with your big ass. Let me get you out here, man, because you slowing the game. That's just it wasn't fit for him then. NBA style was fit because it's more one-on-one game in the NBA, and they knew once the Dream Team was going, it was going to the NBA style of playing. Christian Laettner, you play good in college. You play good in spacing of the floors. In college, you had to find your spot. in the holes in the defense, because the defense is so tight. They're able to zone down there the whole goddamn game. In the NBA, they got rules to you not being able to double team in different transitions. You have to follow your man. If that man leaves and go on the other side, if the shooting guard leaves and go on the other side of the floor, and you don't know that he left to go on the other side of the floor, you can get caught. It's a call for that. That you know what I'm saying. That they got, the NBA got, that if you leave your man, you have to stay near the person that you're
Are you
guarding.
talking about illegal defense?
Yeah, legal defense. Yeah, legal defense. That's what I'm saying. So Shaq, he got to the NBA. There's different rules set in place. They knew that. They said, bro, if they leave you alone by there by yourself, and I can get that ball to you on a one-on-one, anybody you spin off on with your big ass body, you dunking on them. In college, it was so many people swiping at the ball. He damn near, you got a person that's sitting down on Shaq on your paws, sitting like, that's NBA, that's NBA, that's basketball talk. But you got a guy that's basically, he not even guarding this man. He just over top on Shaq, and you got somebody underneath Shaq. It's like, God damn, this big man can't even get the ball. And then it's like you clogging up the paint, because these guys are basically want us to shoot. And if we ain't hitting the jumpers, ain't going in, you slowing us down. So we got to get some layups in. Only we can get some layups in, we got to put Shaq on the bench, coach. That's college ball. And then you transition that to the NBA, you got to leave Shaq on the island by itself. Oh, yeah, you can't be in that goddamn paint too long, because they don't call a goddamn 5 seconds on, you know what I'm saying, on you. Oh, yeah, wait a minute. So time is a little different. Then you can't even move the ball. You can't do that much. College, you could dribble for long. I think the seconds was a little bit more longer than NBA. NBA is 25 seconds or 20 seconds or something like that. I think college is 25. So you got more 30 or something like that.
24 and 35.
Yeah, the play clock is more long than college. They setting plays up for so long. That's a lot of time with the ball. And NBA, this shit moving. And if you keep me moving, and keep the ball, the game flowing, Shaq gonna blossom. And that's the same thing with
I just wonder sometimes, was Shaq really overrated for real? Because even in his during his championship runs, 2001 and 02, the competition he played against at his position was like subpar, bro.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's some real shit. Shaq played against Todd McCullough and Aaron Williams twice. Like,
who?
Exactly. Like,
damn. Yeah, it was a good era for him.
No, I'm sorry. Aaron Williams and Rick Smits at the end of his career and with bad feet. Nah. And Rick Smits used to bust Shaq ass in the early to mid '90s too.
Nah, it was a good era. It was a good era for Shaq to play and get into the league. It definitely was.
Like Phil had Shaq in prime shape, and that's the only time Shaq really came in shape.
Kareem had him on skates though for a little while.
Oh, Hakeem.
Hakeem. Yeah, Hakeem had him on skates.
Yeah, he was young though, so I don't even put that against Shaq like that.
But imagine if Hakeem was the same age and they both would have been in the league at the same time.
Oh, Shaq would have never been who everybody raised hell about.
Nope.
Because Shaq was, from a marketing standpoint, like brilliant. Because when he was breaking backboards and shit like that, that was part of the illusion or the allure to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh God, the Shaq attack. Watch out. Don't fake the funk on the nasty dunk. You know, that was his...
Don't fake the funk on the nasty dunk.
Yeah, that was his saying. So, like, they already had, a gimmick and everything prepared for Shaq to come into the game with.
Don't fake the funk on the nasty dunk.
Hey, don't fake the funk on the nasty dunk.
He thought he was the best rapper alive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Shaq was a marketing ploy. Like, that's what led to him getting all of the notoriety and shit. I mean, he was hooping, don't get it fucked up, but he also was hooping against inferior talent. You got people like Greg Kite and goddamn Ostertag. And Ostertag was fundamentally sound. Or Brian Reeves. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shaq won't going up against goddamn all-time great black centers every night. He was going up against goddamn washed-up white boys who never was. You know what I'm saying?
The whole league. You look at Kareem and Hakeem, though. That's who they played. They didn't play against too many people, too. They came in
Mutombo towards the end of his career.
Offensive skill enough. He was.
Yeah.
They brought those defensive guys came in because of Shaq. They literally started bringing in just like
Mutombo was 260 in that series. Shaq was 340. What you think supposed to happen? Yeah, what you think supposed to happen? A nigga Sam won 340.
Things supposed to happen.
Goddamn elbow in your ass to your chest, drop stepping, elbow in your chest, drop stepping and dunking on your ass.
You scared of that elbow coming down? Man?
Yeah, he catch you in the jaw, all your teeth gone.
Wait, bro. I'm pretty sure people don't understand. Yeah, that basketball, bro, you get caught with them elbows and stuff. But we wipe it off. It's like when you ever see them,
can't wipe that Shaq shit off.
You can't wipe that Shaq shit off. That Shaq shit, boy, you see stars.
Hell yeah,
boy, you be seeing stars. Like that keeps you from doing that shit ever again. Coach, you can't pay me. I don't care how much you paying me right now. You can't pay me to take another elbow from that man.
That's why I said sometimes I wonder if Shaq is overrated, bro.
Nah, it's just that time, man. You can't. I'm sorry. It's just a time. You can't blame me because he came in the league the time he came in the league. Nah, it's just that time, bro. So yeah, shout out to Shaq. It was the right time. He was overrated because he was that guy. He was that guy. You had to have somebody to try to stop him. And if you didn't have nobody try to stop him, sorry, I'm out of here. That's like basically saying a kid that was in college a kid that was in high school. He got off because he came up in the time where it wasn't enough kids that was around the area that was good enough. Like, that was a bad year. We didn't have too many kids that year. When you graduated, that class that you graduated in was a weak class. So, but dang, does that make me overrated? Yeah, kind of. Because if you had played against enough 5-star recruits, you may have been exposed a little bit more. But you ain't had that many recruits. You was the biggest recruit out of the. You know what I'm saying? That time you came out, that class you came out in, but no, that's just your time. That was my time. You can't blame me. That's the time I presented with. Now 4 years that I was in high school, them the kids that y'all presented me with, and I went against them. Now that's who I went against. All right, so that will make me because when you was in school, you went against way more recruits. Imagine that. Think about that. That's the same thing I was saying with Shaq. Oh, that era that you was playing basketball, but it wasn't enough people. Because I used to say the same thing about Bill and Wilt. I said, I don't care if they got 10 rings or not. They ain't play against nobody. That's why nobody look at them as the GOATs. Because they like, y'all ain't play against nobody.
But the average height of the league was 6'8" then and it's 6'8" now. So when they talk about they played against smaller guys, the guys is 5'6" and all that other shit, all those are lies.
Oh my goodness.
And Wilt was a hell of an athlete. So like people just discredit Wilt for whatever reason. But if you look at it for real, man, like
against too many weaklings, man.
Nah, bro, like them people played more defense. It was less fouls and shit back. The game more sophisticated. They want the same type of shit. Them niggas is really getting their teeth knocked out on the floor. And getting up and keep playing with bloody gums and shit. Like,
I mean, that's the love of the game, baby.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, this era don't let you be physical at all. So, if they were scoring 60-something or 50-something.
It's no need to be that physical. I don't want to get punched in the darn goal nose for going up for a layup. Please.
I mean, but that's fun, though.
No, it's not. You show.
Part of basketball.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I was a Detroit fan. I like Isaiah Thomas.
I hated that
clothesline to Jordan out there. I look forward to that.
That shit showed that you didn't have it.
I look forward to seeing it, man. Like arch rivals type basketball when niggas getting punched in the chest and shit. Yeah, I'm for all of that. Like, man. No layup rule, the old New York Knicks 90s style of basketball, Charles Oakley them slamming your ass into the stands.
That showed that.
Yeah, that shit ain't basketball.
That shit is not basketball at all, bro.
No, I'm just talking shit.
Man.
But no, that shit ain't basketball.
That shit sounds tragic. But like, that was a bad time for them to be alive. That was a bad era. And then the money wise, a lot of like Charles Barkley probably would have killed in this era.
But they talk about Jordan not being niggas get mad because I said Jordan a bitch for going to the papers. Yeah, man, he went to the newspapers and told the people that Isaiah Thomas and them were bad champions and bad for basketball and they won't go help the game grow. And it's like, what type of bitch ass shit is this? Like, you so much of a fuck nigga because these niggas won't let you go left or gonna let you go right.
So much of a fuck nigga.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. And like I said, I be talking shit. I fuck with Jordan for real. I just don't think he better than Bron. But I don't fuck with his fans automatically thinking that everything he's ever done.
It's the beyond.
You can't question nothing. You can't goddamn bring up no stats. You can't
nothing. You can't even talk basketball. You can't even talk real basketball when he's Jordan fan.
It's like he's 6-0 and the other 9 years don't matter.
No matter. Like they don't even say nothing about the other 9 years. He only went there 6 times, but he won the whole 6 times. Okay. It was.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, they just don't keep it real, bro. So, That's why I use that shit to challenge, and that's back to the original point that I was making when this whole thing started. There has to has to come to a point where we, and I say we loosely, but we as black people have to be more polytheistic polytheistic, or you know what I'm saying, like polyolithic. I guess that'd be the word I want to use. Like, we can't keep thinking that everything has to be one narrative, and everybody who black who don't think that way is something wrong with them. You know, just like we had a passionate conversation earlier. We got opposite views on shit, but at the end of the day, I don't disrespect or disregard you personally because I don't agree with your opinion on that particular point. You know what I'm saying? I still have enough respect for you where it's like, hey, you know, and let me say this on air, like, I never was trying to insult you as a person. I just thought the statement that you made was wild and irrational. So I know you ain't taking, but I have to say on the record though, for anybody listening, you know, I'm man enough to apologize and say, hey, look, that was about the statement, not about the person. Because what happens in many instances when black people specifically get into a conversation and it turns into a debate and then it turns into an argument, the first thing we do is insult each other. And that is cowardly to me because I don't have to see it your way or you don't have to see it my way to still be respected as a human or as an equal. You know, just because we have opposite opinions on shit don't mean nobody's more or less right or wrong. It's just we both believe what we believe. You know what I'm saying? And all of life is subjective because it's all based on our individual experiences.
Bullshit. We just trying to motherfucking goddamn get through this shit.
But I just feel like ultimately, if we as a people allow the room for everybody to have different opinions, then collectively we all can get to a greater place because the destination is not dependent on just one opinion or one theory. Like, I could be going to the airport and I'm going, I take, let's say if I leave from out here, I take 150 North, what's it called, Chippenham. I take Chippenham to Parham, take Parham all the way to the other end of Parham where I get to Chamberlain. Then I make that left and get on 295 right there. Now, granted, that's probably the longest way possible to get to the airport from right here. But if you tell me, hey, get on 64, get on Chippenham to 64 and just take 64 East, that's going to get you there a lot quicker. I can't insult you because it's getting it there quicker. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's the problem that I have with most of the people that have these conversations. It's like, if you don't agree with the route that they tell you to take, then you're an idiot and you don't know shit. Even if I got the faster route, or if you got the faster route, and it should be whoever has the best opinion or the best option or the best set of information, that should lead regardless of who it is. And I think in many instances, pride and ego tells us that the only person that can be right is us. Or, you know, hey, I know what I'm talking about, fuck everybody else. And, you know, that's why I say I have to make it a point to apologize publicly because I get passionate about what I believe in. But just because I believe it don't make it right. It's just my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So
we got to listen to our listeners, man, because we got to talk to all of them.
Yeah, because everybody, but, you know, like I said, when it comes to me in sports, I think we put too much emphasis and too much pressure and too much, we rely too much on sports.
Show away. You just keep on saying that.
No, but that's why I'm saying it, so that we can have the opportunity to have discussions about other things that are sports related, but not geared around just the actual athleticism. You know what I'm saying? Like the Jaylen Brown story. That's not about his play on the court because he still can't go left, but he just won the Finals MVP. So it's like, that's cool. But what about him being an MVP off the field and we're off the court? So why don't we highlight that in addition to? I mean, we go do it, but I'm talking about the people who may not even know that. Why is that information not present or presented to them?
Right now, for what we know in history, I kind of want to go underneath the table as long as possible. Because
Yeah.
these motherfuckers find out.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised. I thought that was gonna be the key to why Dallas would win 4-2.
I wanted to keep on going even table. I'm kind of reaching and bring awareness to it right now. I hope they ain't even listening like that.
Ain't nobody watching.
I hope they ain't listening.
We good.
I hope they ain't
yeah.
listening because we want this Black Wall Street to come back. We want the Black Wall Street to come back. So hey, Jaylen Brown, all right, on a low low. Keep
But
doing
shit,
what you doing, bro.
we at 1 o'clock already, man. And we was sitting there talking and shit. Damn, 3 hours and ran. Yeah, man.
We see
Hey,
you Monday, man. We see y'all Monday.
happy birthday to my baby Nay.
Hey,
To my daughter Vay.
happy birthday.
Love you, Vader. Some real shit going on with my child. And I'll talk to you about that off the air. But hey, man. Lastly, I say that, man. No matter how much parenting and yelling and fussing you do with your kids, and I'm talking about me specifically, still be willing to be approachable enough where they can bring real life situations to you, man. My daughter going through some real shit, and she ain't even trust me to bring it to me, man. And that
shit hurt her more.
man, that shit humbled me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you think you got, you getting somewhere, somebody, and it's like your baby don't want to have shit to do with you about some shit that's fucking with her, and it's like, damn, man, I gotta reel it down, tone it down and reel it in, man. You know what I'm saying?
Refocus.
So, and that might have contributed to some of the passion about me being like, all right, fuck these sports and shit, because, like I
There's
said,
other shit going on, real shit.
yeah, but at the end of the day.
Don't come after us. Focus on
But
that.
yeah, we'll see y'all Monday, man. That's all I got. You got anything you want to close out with, bro?
It's all air, baby. We already know who we got. And that's sports.
We'll holler at y'all Monday.
More, though. It's more out there, basically. Y'all know who y'all got.
Holler at y'all Monday, man.
Love, peace. Chick.
And you can do your usual holler. Hungry. Extreme.